Hello, this is Damaddok82, and I am once again back here with my buddy Ayionmk3, and we are doing our third installment of Pimp Mah Bote. Say hello, Ion.
Hello, Ion.
Today we are going to be working on one of Geo's craft here. I believe he described this as a cruiser. Am I correct?
I'm not entirely sure what he described it as, if I'm honest. I just described it as a cruiser when we were talking about it a few seconds ago. So, yeah.
I think it's also. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I flubbed the launch again, even though we were counting down to it and everything.
That's all right.
I forgot it was 2 button presses instead of 1 for some reason. So it's like. Okay. May I also remind you about Discord linking?
Already done.
I'm supposed to be the one that does it first, and then you catch up, not the other way around. Come on.
Well, pardon me for trying to be on my game.
That's not how this works. That's not how this works.
Okay. Well, sorry.
That's fine. Okay, right. So we've got Geo's cruiser thingamabobby.
The Geotech Overwolf.
Okay. Do you want to talk about anything about this one?
Let's see here. He's got some 1700mm crams. Let's see. We got some big guns up here. Quad 250mm. And let's see here. On the back, we got some 500mm. And I'm assuming these are. Those are 1300 20mm cram cans here on the front. We got some APS here in the front. It looks like possibly some kind of anti-air system. Look like a 6-barrel 225mm APS system here. I see some torpedo launchers. And
torpedo launchers?
Yeah. Got some anti-torpedo launchers. More torpedo launchers. If you went with frag torpedoes, I would have gotten explosive, but to each their
own. Depends which update we're talking about here. I mean, if you recall, there was a strong explosive buff underwater, which they then started mucking around with. There is something we didn't mention, though.
Oh, what's that?
Which is that we are actually in an older version.
Yes, we are doing this in version 2.4.9. I believe that's what Geo specified, that his molestation of his craft be done in.
Molestation of the craft, yes. Basically, what was his specific instruction was improve it.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
Also, does your Steam link have an asterisk on the end or not? Sorry, asterisk. Not asterisk.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
You don't have a small girl with a blonde mustache.
No.
Chasing your stream around. Okay, right, because I am being extremely slow. And I've only just getting my thing out on my Discord, but I've linked to yours as well.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Why did I say Geo's stream? Geo isn't streaming. What?
Well, it's a stream for his boat, so whatever.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Geo. When did you change your name?
Don't insult me like that, Ion.
Point. Sorry, my bad. I'm just going into shameless self-promotion now and putting.
Okay.
The thing.
I think I'm just going to go ahead and start us off here. While you're working on that, I want to do some things with the ammo store here. I mean, his positioning is okay. I'm sure he's got it protected and all, but he's got this like with the old style barrels and all. So I'm going to take that out, and we're going to fill it back up with the multi-block, or I'm sorry, the like the. It's not multi-block. It's like multi meter one, I guess, for lack of a better term at the moment.
Did we mention already what his request was?
You just did, actually. You said his request was to improve it.
In big quotation marks. Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm kind of I'm still playing catch up, aren't I? Jeez.
Maybe just a tad bit, but that's okay.
You being first is really throwing me off balance.
Sorry.
Nah, that's fine. Okay, so you said you were going with the ammo.
Yeah, I'm gonna
system.
replace all the ammo in here with these boxes. It just been my experience that using the boxes, they do less explosive damage when they detonate than have all these individual ones.
Well, using normal FTD physics, isn't it focused on one corner? The explosion, so the explosion would be more powerful, but it has the same range.
Yeah, but you also have less things detonating at once if you use the bigger blocks.
That is true, actually. That is quite true.
So then technically you have less explosions.
Okay.
So like the 2x2 ammunition box, yeah, you'd probably get the same explosive power, but you'd only have one explosion instead of four.
I'm just pondering this abomination of an engine. Actually, no, it's not that bad.
No, it looks like he probably got it from a decent engine platform at one point.
Yeah. It looks.
It looks like he was good for something as efficient. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's fairly efficient. I mean, I'm fairly sure this system would actually blow itself out through overheating in the more recent game version, such as the changes they've made to the carburetor linking and stuff. Also, I'm just going to lift the platform really quick, if that's okay with you.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Right. I'm just doing that because the waves keep clipping through the bottom of the boat.
Is that driving you a little crazy?
It gets in the way a little bit, and it makes a splash noise if it passes through your camera points as well. So.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that should be good. Okay.
Oh, and another benefit that this is probably going to add is it's going to probably help lower his block count by a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I saw on my side when I took the armor away, what kind of size ammo magazines he has. All right. Pondering. It's like I'm still trying to work out what to do. I'm sorry, I'm very much on the back foot right now.
Okay. Hey, Existence just joined us.
A little bit.
How's it going, Existence?
Give me a second, Damo. I'm just bringing up your stream as well, so I can actually see your chat.
Okay. I imagine that's got to be a little disorienting having all those chats going on at once.
#comedy. Yeah, we just don't have a unified chat system, especially since we've got two separate streams going.
I know, right? Maybe that's something we can look into in the future.
Well, I think Twitch is like one of the first to try and sort something like that out. So
I might be willing to go on Twitch with this.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, the Q4 lasers, they are very well. They're no AP pretty much.
Yeah. I imagine the lasers probably need some updating because I'm assuming that's just for a LAM system, and LAMs has been through some changes here lately.
It's what on this version?
Yeah. Gio said that this was one of his older designs, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's several systems that need updating.
Yeah, because I was just looking at it, and it's very much focused on raw power outputs, but it has very low PS. So it's all about.
Existence is
Sustained power.
asking what the goal for this is. Geo basically just kind of cut us a blank check and said improve it.
Yes, improve it, they said. Just improve it. Come on, damn it, you can do a better evil laugh than that. Whatever you say, Beavis.
Damn it, Beavis and Butthead.
You know, I may recognize the voice, but I've never actually watched anything to do with
The
it.
one with the
Played
blonde
game
hair
or
is
whatever.
Beavis. The one with the dark hair is Butthead.
That much I knew. Okay, right. I'm just wondering how much space there actually is around this LAM system because. Okay, it's packed in with. It's stone cased.
Probably to reduce any potential EMP damage that could come in. That would be my theory behind that.
There's a couple of empty cavities here which don't seem to be doing anything besides holding an ammo processor, and I think it's just blank space within the hull, if I'm honest.
Geo, what the hell were you thinking?
Seems
Were
to be
you
inside
thinking?
the laser cores as well. Probably just spacing. Yeah, I think I might be able to do something about this laser system. How long is it? Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then it hits a bulkhead. 14, 15, and then it hits the AI core. Okay, so I've got 15 meters in terms of potential space. It's three across, 2 deep. Let's see what it looks like if I build a stacked version like I showed you before.
Okay.
15 meters. Stacked one will be 14 meters. Then again, his 15 includes the connectors at the end, so that's still 14 meters. Right.
Alright, I think I might have the magazines sorted here. Yep, I think I successfully upgraded his ammo. What else can we do in here?
Okay, other notes is it's a 4Q system, so need to be aware of that.
Let's see.
Oh, no. It is a 4Q laser, isn't it?
I would think so. Is it not?
No, I'm just pondering. Did I miscount it or something? Right. Anyway, 15 meters is roughly the size of the system. The arrangement is. Oh, sorry. The 15 meters included the connectors and the coupler banks as well. Okay, so that's what I was a bit confused by. Right. Do you think it's good to have good armor piercing on the missiles? Sorry, missile defense.
Probably.
Because I could rig this for extra pumping instead, given his layout. What's the armor on a missile in this version?
I have no idea. I think if you go like maybe 10 AP, you'd probably be okay.
Probably, yeah. Okay. Okay, so one of these is sustained 1,200 per second. Ready? And right now it's reading an AP of 58.3. That might be overkill. Just a tad.
Yeah, it seems a little high.
but I could put some single input cavities into the line with some more three-way pumps on them. Like that.
Got an interesting little gun shield going on here on the very top turret.
That's dropped to 37. Okay, yeah, I think that's a good ratio there. 37 AP, 1,350 per core. Question is how much power has his existing core got? Because he used a lot of it for storage space rather than relying on continuous generation from the looks of it.
Okay.
Sustained is 7,600 at 2.6 AP. 2.6, ouch.
Let's see here. Are these? Yeah, those are 4-meter loaders. Have you seen a shell customizer by chance?
Yeah, there's a bunch in the middle. Use Shift P to strip the arm away, and you'll spot them really quick.
What do you think I've done? Oh, there they are.
Yeah, as I said, there's a bunch of them.
Let's see here. Looks like for the large ones, he's got Hollow Point, HE Warhead Body, Frag Warhead. Okay.
Actually, this is going to be about the same power as his existing system, except a bit more condensed.
I think I might want to modify the guns a bit.
Well, he said do what the hell we thought, so, you know, it'd be a shame not to.
Yeah.
Have I got it backwards? Oh, it's in the wrong place. That's fine. Oops, it's in the wrong place.
I think I want to up the number of barrels on this to 4. No, that's not what I wanted. Just want to look at the firing piece for crying out loud. Okay, there we go. Let's see here, and no, I need to be on the turret. There we go. Now I'm on said turret. I am going to make this a 200 mil hesh spam cannon.
Yeah, go for it.
So the first thing I would need to do is start changing out the autoloaders.
Plumbing mirror mode prefabbing. Right. Would you mind quickly going to the laser core and giving me its stats?
1 moment.
That's okay. I want its AP and power outputs. Sorry, sustained damage.
Sustained damage. You have 76,000 sustained damage at 2.6 AP.
76,000.
I mean 7,600. My bad.
Okay. 2.6 AP, isn't it? How many components is in that laser system?
I didn't see, but I can check again. 1 moment.
That's all right. 76. You don't have to do that.
281.
281. 210. Part of that's going to be some extra bits and pieces, but
yeah.
I think overall this will increase the block count slightly, but my laser is a 7,200 rather than 76, but it's got 41.7 AP rather than 2.4 or whatever it was.
Okay.
So, I still think it's a general improvement. More efficient at the very least, because I think missiles have... The old value was missiles have a default armor rating of 10. Of 10. So that would be greatly reduced.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I thought it was like 3 was the old one, but...
No, it was 10 for a while.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Either way, it's not hard to get enough AP behind that to take out a missile. I mean, come on.
True. But more efficiency is better.
Fair enough.
I think the fact I'm going to free up a bit of hull space is going to be useful though. So. Either that, I'm just deluding myself, and it's going to be a massive failure.
Either way, it should be fun for the whole family.
Indeed. So I need to strip out the extra bulkheads he's put in there as well.
Let's see here. There we go.
I see. There's also lots of small air pockets. He seems to have tunneled into the outer armor of his design.
Really?
He's just, yeah. I'm noticing it's not just near the laser core. It seems like the actual outer bulges of his hull are just built that way.
I think that was done intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe for buoyancy?
Probably for buoyancy, and so that it's hard to outright just punch a hole in the hull and sink the ship.
That's fair. That and air gaps are always nice to have for certain situations.
This is true. Let's see, I need to tunnel this out. I just torn out a couple of ammo processors, by the way.
Okay.
Just because they're in the way of where I'm expanding the laser core into.
Okay.
I just wanted to note that so you can remind me if I forget to put them back.
Nah, I'm just off in my own little world doing my thing.
Okay.
Welcome to Damaland. Population 1. How did that screw up the Tetrising?
4, 5, so I need to take care of that. Then strip us out.
Did I fudge something? I think I did.
Right.
Okay.
There we go. Laser core's gone. And I think a bit more bulkhead, and then I can just slot the new laser core into it. So
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, how the hell did you link these together?
Right. Turn it that way around. Check, make sure it's not going to collide. Nope, that looks like a very snug fit, so it should be fine.
That's all hooked up correctly. That's all hooked up correctly. Budget.
Yep. Okay. That's a new laser core. Now I just need to hook it up to the things that go pew pew. So
pew
yeah.
pew 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 pew
pew pew pew. Oops, no, that's the wrong thing to delete. Okay. That's what I want back. Not connected. Okay, yeah, I thought I'd have to do that, but that's okay. There is space. Connect, and then was it a transceiver or was it? No, it's a connector. Laser core connected. Wait, that's not right. No, wait, I wasn't looking at the aggregate stats. Okay, that's fine. works. It lives.
Very nice. Well done, Ion.
We have laser defenses modified. Plus there's space in here for extra fuel. Do we need extra fuel? Or resource storage or something? Something not explosive?
I don't know. Maybe, possibly, sorta, kinda, hopefully, but yeah.
What would you like then?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, more fuel's always nice.
We've got 62,000 fuel storage. Where are the fuel tanks on this thing?
Oh, I don't know.
There's some big batteries that seem to be just providing passive. Fuel storage is scattered all over the ship, actually.
A little crazy.
Yeah, but it's all over the place. There's also redundant batteries scattered all over the place as well. This craft, I think it's built to be very hard to actually knock it out.
Yeah, that sounds like a Geo-style build.
Yeah. Redundancy upon redundancy upon redundancy. Because all the battery blocks that are scattered around the place, they seem to have electric engines in every single one. Okay. Might as well make use of it for several different bits and pieces, so I can reinforce it.
Okay. I'm still modifying these guns here. I've actually used a very similar setup on my Shirayama missile cruiser. That thing has been kicking ass all up and down the Onyx Watch. Don't know how good it'll do against white flares, but I'll soon find out.
You and your fast campaign progress.
Yeah, I'm almost at the white flares, actually.
Okay, I've just doubled our fuel capacity.
Very nice.
I think that's a benefit.
Do you think maybe battery storage might have been more appropriate for that, or what?
Well, I'm making it multi-purpose since you weren't sure and I'm not sure, so
Okay.
I'm installing some resource storage along here as well now. Okay, so I don't know what our resource storage is since we've got infinite resources on.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, it's got more storage, so more for the win.
Yeah, having a little more ain't gonna hurt it.
Yeah, and there's still some space, but I need to refill the stone barrier that was around it, so I'm going to do that now. Fill it in, right. And you know what? I'll just install another electric engine up at the front of the laser system, just because. I mean, that's a good reason, right? Just because?
Why the hell not? I think that's a better reason. Why the hell not?
Pretty much. Top of the thing is flat. He uses these walls to seal things off, so I'll do that as well. Okay, just that'll do for some structural reinforcement around the actual core itself. Then he seems to have built this central stone pillar in the middle of the ship for some reason. At least that's what it looks like as I look at it. Does that make any sense to you?
Maybe he was using it as a medieval timepiece?
Could be. Could be. Batteries.
Let's see here. Is there anything that I missed? Nope. Alright, so now I gotta go back to the shell customizer.
Okay, an extra engine. It only kicks out 1,600 power, but it's still an improvement. Well, it's an extra piece, maybe I should say. If it's an improvement, remains to be seen. Let's go ahead and do this. There we go. Okay, right. Next project. What's the vehicle's? Well, we don't know what its max speed is anymore, do we?
It doesn't say, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've been building on it, so it's gonna wipe it. Which turret are you messing with right now?
The big one in the middle of it, the one that sits above all the rest of them.
Oh, the 8-barreled APS. Okay.
Oh, it used to be a quad, but yeah, now it's 8-barrel.
Fair enough.
And shell nose. Go for squash head. HE warhead body.
Metal, stone, stone. These side bulges are very heavily armored. Again, well, for the most part, again, typical Geo build. He tends to make things very heavily armored.
Yeah, he always thinks he has something to prove. I'm just seeing if he's listening.
Well, we don't know if he's watching the stream or not, so.
No, not really. Otherwise, he would have. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I've just released it because I kind of want to see what it will do.
Casing, gunpowder.
Also, I'm going to self-destruct mine because we're just not doing anything with it. So.
Yeah.
Okay, right. What do you do flat out when I take control away from your AI system? I know you need better turning. Oh. Right, okay. Now I've got a better idea. Okay. Yeah, Dama? Top speed is 10 meters per second.
That's, yeah. A little slow.
Also, it turns like a brick. So, right. Maneuverability upgrade coming up.
And I fudged something while retetrising the turret, but that's okay.
The outer layer of armor is actually alloy.
Yeah, you didn't know that? Well, then again, it's probably showing
No,
up in fleet colors for you. I don't use fleet colors.
it's well, it shouldn't be doing differently, but then again, this is multiplayer. So yeah, it's doing something. Where is the water line actually on this craft? It's it's a few meters below. Geo balanced the buoyancy, so it's the rear propellers are just under, so it's just above that.
For some reason, these cannons are unbalanced.
Unbalanced. Are they sharing components?
No, they shouldn't be. I made sure that they should have the exact same fire rate, correct?
If they're
Ideally.
balanced and they're not sharing components, then yeah, that tends to work out better overall.
Yeah, I don't see anything that's disconnected. It's not too far off. Oh, Geo and Richter, Lily, Nico here. Yes, we're doing this in 2.4.9, and Geo has just appeared. Oh.
Hiya, Geo. Welcome to the stream. We are doing abominations of science on your cruiser.
Yeah, that's close enough. I can live with this. It's only like going to be off by like one more extra round per minute. So yeah, I think that's tolerable.
For some reason, whenever I drop a block, it turns into an ammo crate. It's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure they're not ammo crates.
I think this can is going to be pretty nasty when it's all loaded and ready to go. Oh no, no. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So we're going to have about 300 rounds per minute coming out of this cannon in the middle here of 200 millimeter Hesh rounds. You think that's enough DECA? I mean, of course, it's probably not enough DECA, but you think that's a pretty good amount of DECA, I guess, is what I should be asking.
What do you say it was? 300 rounds per minute?
300 rounds per minute out of this Hesh gun back here.
Yeah,
200 millimeter rounds, yeah. It looks like you might have some disconnected pieces down here with the laser core.
How so?
The 3-meter pumps, you have them facing the wrong direction. They're not connecting.
Which ones?
I could fix it real quick. I mean, it's no big deal.
No, seriously, which ones?
About midship, right under the ammo customizers.
They're all saying they're connected for me.
I got like, yeah, there's some stuff going on down here. Yeah.
Oh, I see the ones you mean.
Yeah. I can go ahead and take care of it for you, unless you want to take care of it. I mean, it's no big deal.
I'm already taking care of it, thank you.
Okay.
Looks like I just misbuilt that bit.
It happens.
Yeah, I don't normally use the 3 meters, if I'm honest, for the side slots there. So. Okay, so that's connected.
It looks like he does have a little extra room in here, though.
Yeah, I think I might have not filled some bits. Go ahead and fill them if you want to tuck some extra resources away around the laser core. But yeah, this thing is actually now more powerful than the
very nice.
The old core as well.
You got these set to a 3Q?
Wait, what? No.
Oh,
What?
okay. No, this is a 3Q, it looks like. Are you sure you...
Whoops. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I know what's happened. Okay. I was building this 3Q because I was going to tunnel in and deal with the thing.
Oh, okay.
So
No, I'm not trying
there you
to
go. Now it's
knock your
now it's
work. I'm
4Q.
just asking if that was the
No,
intention.
it's fine. I mean, 4Q is what we wanted in the first place.
Okay.
So, uh,
What else can I quote-unquote improve here?
well, we're just mucking around, really, aren't we?
More or less. What kind of gun is this, I wonder? Advanced project access intake. So just a squash head HE warhead. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, not a whole lot to that.
Right, I switched it to 4Q, which doesn't affect its damage output, just the strength of the individual shots. It sustains at 1,350 per. Sorry,
These are belt fed? Yeah.
damage per second. Um,
I don't know if I need to mess with that or not. Probably not.
okay, sustained damage per second. Oh wait, I need the actual core to see the. Might be insufficient storage on this thing actually. Oh well.
Do we want to try doing anything with the aesthetics?
How do you mean?
Well, the only thing I'd done was I made those flames just a little bit higher on the top, and I put some cram cannon pieces up there to make it look more interesting. But that's about all I've done as far as aesthetics goes.
Well, I'm giving it blades. Does that count?
Fair enough.
But that is actually for hydrodynamic properties.
Okay.
So
Gio's asking, what have we done thus far? Gio, I have re-Tetrised your big old turret back here. It is now doing about a fire rate of about 300 rounds a minute of 200 millimeter by 2 meter hash rounds.
right, and I have replaced your laser system.
Yeah, we've
improved storage around it as well. So
I took your ammo and I converted it all into the larger ammo storage blocks. That way we lower your block count a little, and if you happen to have an ammo blowout, it won't be near as devastating. But you probably weren't even worried about that because you had all this crap wrapped in like heavy armor. So I kind of doubt you were worried about it blowing out. Haven't done much more other than that. I've also, like I mentioned just a moment ago, I've done some aesthetic things on top of the turret there with the flames. I don't know. Is there anything you wanted to add to that?
well, as I said, I've just done laser core. So
Okay.
and right now I'm just bolting stuff onto the front of the ship to make it look uglier. Does that count?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Ah, I missed one.
Hmm?
One of these ammo magazines.
But yeah, right now I'm just trying to work on the maneuverability overall, though, Gio. So I'm going to get it some more top speed, and I'm going to make it turn better.
It's a bit
That
turtley,
kind of...
but it's pretty clear he was going for kind of a tanky build style with this. So
Yeah, but he did give us carte blanche to do whatever we wanted. Bit of a mistake
this
on
is
his part,
true.
but
Oh yeah, I agree. It's a total humongous mistake giving us a blank check like that. I mean, good lord. I mean, I don't think you're the praying type, but may God have mercy on the soul of this poor ship. I mean, come on.
Well, if you bring up the armor, you can see what I did to the. I've already done to the forward hull, so because I'm looking at your stream now, so.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'll just go out of build mode for a moment here. So we're just trying to improve the speed with these. Is that what we're doing? Maybe put hydrofoils in here, or is that the plan, Ion?
No, that's reducing the drag on the ship, so any propulsion will be more efficient. Because before it was just like those rounded bulges on the side, but now that actually has where that dips into the water line, it now has that pointed prow instead along the sides of the ship.
And Orion Bartov, he just came in. How's it going, man? We're just we are taking a one of our subscriber craft here, and basically we are upgrading it as we see fit. Richter Lily Neko PC says the saddest thing in 2.5 is that the LAM system is nearly useless. I mean, it is. I'm sorry. Let me start again. I mean, one, it was way too OP, but now it's just not worth installing on your craft. I agree that
Missiles
it was
vary a lot.
nerfed all to hell and back, and that bothers me a lot because I feel like the devs are trying to tell people how to play the damn game, but whatever. And that's all I'm going to go with on that because I won't stop.
No, I get you. My own opinion is that the lambs can still be useful. It's just they have nerfed them way too hard in general use. Plus, they've been buffing the missile health and things as well. Though I think they actually retracted some buffs. So
Yeah.
don't quote me on that one directly. They're just mucking around with the numbers on a lot of different things, and it's
This is why I play in 2.4.9. Because I don't want to have to keep up with all that crap, and I don't want to have to be constantly rebuilding my craft while trying to do a let's play, because that's nonsense. Okay, those are downward facing props. Those are downward facing props. Okay. I'm thinking, maybe I could go and try to hide some of these propellers. I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of the things I noted about it when we did its first look over last week. It's like there's nothing yeah, they're not tucked away. They're not hidden. Like, I mean, I tunnel my props into my armor and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a fairly common practice.
Geo, I have just seen you. Welcome to my stream, and welcome to everyone else that started watching me in the last 10 minutes. I actually tabbed over to Damaddok because people are actually watching his, and mine was saying one viewer, which is me. So, but yeah, apparently my fleet colors turns your ship into this big pink and maroon thing with black.
Actually, I kind of want to see a picture of this.
Well, you've got a stream link from me, so yeah.
Yeah, what?
Geo says, whatever we do to this beast of his, he's sure it's still less of a mistake than she is herself.
Okay.
Oh dear. Bit harsh, though, but okay. And I say that while
Geo only knows harsh. He uses a sex toy covered with barbed wire in picante sauce. He uses it for the lube, the sauce, I mean. And the barbed wire, and quite possibly the blood that comes from it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people shaking their heads out there. I don't care. I'm having fun.
Yeah, if you're having fun, that's fine. By the way, have you answered Ryan Bartov yet? Who asked?
Yeah. He asked. I told him hi just earlier, actually.
My apologies. I'm losing track again because I was tabbing back and forth between the streams.
Oh, thank you for the subscription, Richter. Is it okay if I call you Richter? Just it'd be easier for me to say because your name's kind of a mouthful there.
Getting one bank of propellers. Should I go for maximum efficiency or should I not? Well, this is a heavy beast. I can't see it doing a backflip.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I'll tunnel a little bit deeper. Right. More power.
More
Inflate
power!
everything.
More power!
More power. I'm going to increase the overlap slightly. It's going to be a bit more ugly. So the superstructure I build around it to protect it is going to be
Did
a bit
you
more.
put these propellers down here on the bottom?
No.
The exposed ones?
All the propellers underneath come from Geo's original construction.
Fair enough. Weed cat. Okay. Gotcha
Yeah,
existence.
they were there. They were there last week when we looked at it. So.
Okay. Uh, is there firing or is there some kind of restriction on this to make sure that? Okay.
Let's see. So we've gone from what was it? How many propellers was it on the back in the first place?
I don't know. It was a
It was
bunch.
like six or seven, wasn't
You're
it?
just
There's
redoing
something
the
around there.
propeller stacking, I'm guessing.
I think I've doubled the number of propellers back here, roughly.
Awesome.
Existence says just to call them a weeb cat.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
I'm assuming it has something to do with weebs. Okay. Gotcha, Richter. Sorry. I couldn't tell if that was a he or a she you had going on there.
Oh, Geo has actually explained why the construction was, we noted earlier, was a bit odd.
Mm-hmm.
Geo says what he meant by her being a mistake is how she's been totally gutted 4 times.
Uh-huh.
And the construction is generally more of a mess than his usual ship work, so
Okay.
that's apparently what that was all about.
Okay. Um, yeah, I was about to say, I think you could probably fit a few more props back there, but you done beat me to it, so that's good.
Well, remember, I've got to build armor around these things
Uh-huh.
as well, so
Is there
I've stacked them
anything
out in
we could do to try
positions
to
on it.
improve the turn rate on this?
Yeah, I'm planning to tunnel more turning propellers into the sides of it. I mean,
Okay.
right now it's just got the some turning before was 2 props in the prow and a rudder at the back. I've actually torn the rudder out
Okay.
when putting these new props in, but we can use a lot of the space within the armor to install more turning force
Uh-huh.
to get this thing turning better.
Orion Bartos says, I'm not good at keeping heavy ships afloat, and I'm bad at making submarines sink. Yeah, the submarines, trying to make those in this game can be quite challenging. I'm not going to lie. I kind of struggle with it too every now and then still.
Any over-engineered boat is one hole away from becoming a submarine.
So true.
Hi, Jaxia. Welcome to the stream. It's been a while, so I hope you're doing okay. Geo says, just put more curves on her. She needs them. I'm tempted to build just in straight lines now. Don't know why. But no,
That would
I
drive
was
him
going
crazy,
to
yeah. Which I'm all
I was
for.
going to do something about this. I mean, for these props to work, I just have to keep the line behind the central block of the propeller in clear. So I was going to be rounding it around these things anyway, so that's fine. I wasn't going to leave it just like a tangled mess like this, except on purpose.
Well, I do kind of have an idea of something that could be done here in the nose of the ship.
Oh, what are you thinking of, Dama?
Something that I have been doing in the ships that I've been building lately is I'll just go and grab a Deddy blades and stick them in the nose, turn sideways, and set them for steering.
Geo says, and a response to that other guy in Dama's stream. What?
What's he talking about?
Oh, there's more stuff in your chat, Dama.
Oh, Existence says, I mean, if a person has an anime girl in a profile picture, there's an 80% possibility of that being a man. This is not sexism; it is the truth. Yeah, that's a fair statement. Yeah, Trekker Joe's like that too. So
okay, let's see. What's our full speed at now?
I don't know. Um,
almost 50% greater. Actually, yeah, we just hit 15.
Very nice.
Yay! Progress.
Progress.
Oh, we hit 16. It's flying.
Let's see here. We want these all set to Turner preset, and
Okay,
then
let's back us back up again.
I want some motor drive in these bitches.
Da, da, da. Oh, right. Sorry, we missed part of it. Geo says a response to it's gotta be to Orion Batrov.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Geo says how to make anything float. Just use alloy for the armor because it's
Alloy does make
got good.
decent armor,
It's
actually.
alloy can make good cost-effective armor. Well, actually, no,
I
it's
don't
true.
know if
Sorry.
it's so as much cost effective as it's just extremely
Yeah,
buoyant.
they changed that. Sorry.
Woodback metal can work pretty good in a pinch too. So
Yeah,
there's that.
it's just alloy is okay for buoyancy by
Mm-hmm.
itself, so you can make relatively thick armor without it weighing your craft down. I think is what it does usually,
Yeah.
and what Geo's getting at. Yeah, alloy by itself is a positive buoyancy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost as light as empty air, actually. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, just use a lot of alloy if you're having trouble.
Or wood.
True, though wood is not as
It's
protective.
it's not nearly as damage resistant, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Wood's got like what armor class of 3, and I think Alloy's got an armor class of 13 plus another 500
Um,
hit points. I'm going by
no,
beams.
five. Oh, you're going by beams.
Mm-hmm.
Armor class is 3 for wood, 13 for armor. Weight is 10 for wood, and weight's only sorry 5 for a block of armor. So the actual weight is lower,
Mm-hmm.
and the buoyancy is greater for a light alloy. It's just more expensive. You said beams, right?
Yeah, so I was going on hit points of beams. That's where I was getting my.
1080, 1080 for wood beam,
Mm-hmm.
1560 for an alloy. So
Yeah.
yeah, just shy of 500.
Do we want to replace some of the stone on the back with something a little more sturdier, where you got the propellers mounted?
I'm doing metal as the outer layering on there.
Okay.
So
Then I'll just stay out of your way. I was just curious what your plan was on that.
I built the forward blades out of alloy
Mm-hmm.
because I started from the side armor, which the outer layer is alloy. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't realize the outer layer at the front is actually metal. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a slight mistake on my part
I
there, but hey.
believe though there's another property of alloy that we have missed.
Hmm. What's that?
Um. Well, it doesn't reflect radar very well, so it could help make your craft maybe just a little bit more stealthy. I think it's also resistant to sonar bounce back too.
That is a strong point, actually.
So yeah, it could help decrease your radar and sonar signatures significantly by building craft out of that on the outermost layer.
Geo's just confirmed. A lot of boats are quite literally unsinkable because he mainly builds out of stone, wood, and alloy. The only actual negative buoyancy block there is the stone.
Hmm.
So
All right, Bartos. A funny thing is, I try to make a submarine out of alloy, not realizing that it floats. Yeah, I could see people
Oh.
doing that. If you like loaded it down with lead, it probably might fare a bit better. That or heavy armor, but lead's cheaper. So yeah, there's
The
that.
weight difference there's no weight difference
There's
anymore
no
there.
weight
So
difference between the lead and the heavy armor that I know of.
the lead is just much cheaper.
Let's see
Should I
here.
load in the waterlogger? I mean, remember that is my first ever submarine after all.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to show that off and kind of give the guys a rundown on how a submarine works, feel free.
It was my first ever submarine. It's currently a defunct design. Um, seeing as it was built before the engine changes, so its engine got replaced by wood blocks,
Mm.
of all things. But it was my first submarine that actually acted like a submarine, among other things. So let's see, my old designs list. Here it is.
There's like
Press.
some compartments here on the side. I'm wondering if I should. Nah, I'm not going to mess with it.
Tear up any compartments you need to, I'd say, because remember, Geo said that he rebuilt the interior like 4 times over on this thing.
Mm-hmm. It's just I'm thinking that maybe Hessian heat could be an issue, or if I put Deddy blades in there for faster turning. So that's why I'm kind of on the leery side of it.
That's fair, that. Okay. Right, so I've got my waterlogger here. I'm not sure why it's got balloon deployers in the top of it. I've just noticed that.
I'm guessing it might have been some kind of emergency system that you were using.
Yeah, probably. Either that or I was just mucking around the very last time I ever
Quite
used it.
possibly.
Right, okay, so Jaxie says my sub seems more like a spaceship.
Yeah, Ion does some very futuristic type of designs.
Even back
I go
then,
with something kind of a more conventional look, but yeah, Ion goes very futuristic with his kind of build. So
there are random explosions going off in the back of my ship. I think that's
I think you probably
something
didn't
to
have
do.
the engines vented very well.
Oh, I know what it is. It's because all my old designs had a heartstone in it, and without an engine to charge it, they go boom.
Mm.
Okay, right. So this guy was built with jet sailors on the sides because that used to be like the way
Yeah,
you
that
kept a
was
craft
the
like this
PID
stable.
of its day.
Pretty much, yeah. But the way it's worked is it's got these air pumps in every individual room, and it's mostly hollow as well. So that was
Mm-hmm.
how it had any kind of buoyancy,
Mm-hmm.
just like the air pumps. And if I recall, was this one of my old? Did I ever install
It
an
looked like
ACB
you
system in this?
had these torpedoes on a turret. Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the other features of it. Ah, here we go. Yeah, it's got these ACBs here. So, Orion has switched over to my stream. Okay, welcome to my stream then.
Yeah, he wanted to come over and check. Yeah, he said he was switching stream seat.
Yeah. Don't mind the fact this thing is a firecracker and goes up in flames as soon as you sneeze at it.
Yeah.
That is typical of a lot of my designs, honestly.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
likes
think
big DACA, but not so much armor. So yeah.
my crafts are more along the lines of glass cannons, though. To be fair, this underside section is actually the heaviest armored part of the ship. So yeah, it's just if you shoot it here, it's going to blow itself literally in half. Yeah. Right. So
That's
how I've
part of the
installed it.
charm.
Yeah, I had these two ACBs here,
Mm-hmm.
which are keyed to the vehicle's altitude. So, yeah, it'll trigger the air pumps for things if it is within the height range. So it's too high right now,
Mm-hmm.
so it's disabling its air pumps, and that means it'll sink under its natural weight. And then when it gets down to 35 meters, it'll trigger the air pumps again to try and get itself sorted out. I also found what the balloon deployers are for, which is that's an emergency
I figured as
ascent.
much. I've seen some other YouTubers do what you're probably about to describe.
Yeah, so it's keyed so that if it drops below 50 meters, then obviously something has gone wrong. So that's when it releases balloons,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
the
think
balloons
Tracker
then
Joe used a
release.
similar system. Yeah.
Yeah, they release when they get to minus 20. So it won't surface on the balloons, but if something goes badly wrong, it'll try and keep itself stable with them, at least a bit. But as I said, it's mostly hollow, so that the buoyancy can
Mm-hmm.
keep it up. But that's why it's only got 1 meter metal armor, and yeah, you can actually walk down the entire length of the design. It's one of my few designs you can walk around inside of, if you are so inclined.
Yeah.
Something else I think I'd mention is what you pointed out earlier, Dama.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that these side bits are actually full-fledged turrets with
Uh-huh.
torpedoes on them, and that's just so that it could angle the torpedoes towards a target,
Mm-hmm.
and without them having to turn by themselves. They were a lot less reliable back then.
Yeah.
It's short, fast-firing torpedoes for when you get close enough to something. That's what those are for.
Okay.
And yeah, that's a quick look at the waterlogger. Don't mind the fact there's no engine. As I said, it got replaced by wooden beams. So yeah, this is a non-functional design at the moment.
I think I
So yeah,
came up with an idea of something to do with this front-mounted cannon. I think it could do pretty good doing double duty as a anti-air and or sea-whiz gun.
wait, what? You're doing a what now? To that top turret, or are you doing that to a different one?
No, the turret that's on the very front. It's like a 225 millimeter
Yeah.
turret. Yeah.
Yeah, that might actually work. Yeah, if you do that to it.
So I'm going to put a couple of laser targeters in here, and then I'm going to switch this shell over to timed flak.
Okay.
I'm thinking since we got the big honking octuple barrel hesh spam cannon up there, it's probably got enough hesh spam to last it a while. So
yeah, so well, didn't you just boost that thing's rate of fire as well?
yeah, it's gonna spew out shells at a rate of 300 rounds a minute for the entire turret. Oh, hey matey, what's up? Matey just joined my chat. Says if Zoe wants guns redone, just tell me the specs. Matey, I've been hanging out with him a lot, and he is a hell of a builder. I've really been enjoying our talks, and one of the things I always loved about doing this is I always seem to learn so much about different places and different cultures and things like that. I love it.
I've got Raz in my chat. So,
Oh, tell him I
hey
said
Raz,
hello.
welcome. Yeah, he just heard it. Since we're sharing the chat. Yeah, he's being generally welcomed though, so welcome. Ryan Bartov says, why does that side turret look like the tiny drone from one of the factions?
It very well could be. Who knows?
My comment to that is, whoops. I think that's my official response. Feel free to quote me. Ayionmk3 says, whoops.
Ayionmk3 says, whoops, 2019.
Yeah, famous quote of our time.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, though, that is completely by accident, and I think you're thinking of who are the robot guys?
Are you think? Could you be more specific?
The yellow laser guys.
Those are the Twin Guard.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's a craft from them because they tend to do like very skeletal designs, kind of like that turret.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Raz mentioned it's Twin Guard as well, so yeah. They know the crafts a bit better than me, honestly. I've never been able to get to grips with them. One of my failings, many of them, but yeah.
It looks like Geo designed these shells to be shield killers. Interesting.
I think that's one of the positives in the new system, if I'm honest. The shield killers make more sense to me.
I don't know. They made sense to me before.
Actually, no. Yeah, I stopped to think about that for a sec. So let me rephrase it real quick.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, rather an addition. They make sense to me. The new shield killers do.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have liked the option to have the old shield killers as well because they make sense to me in a different way. So
okay, so you're basically putting out the idea of an entirely different type of shell.
Well, the
one that can go through shields and detonate,
no.
and one that reduces the strength of the shield. I don't know. I'm just trying to get an idea what you're trying to describe here.
Like it could be like a different kind of thing. Like the new system is it hits it with something that reduces the bonds of the shield or whatever. So it reduces the overall shield effect a bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the new system is basically. I think Klingon. Wait, do Klingon plasma cannons work that way? I think like a saturation effect that weakens the integrity of the shield itself. That's what the new system does.
Okay.
And the old system though was basically a feedback shell that was jolting the actual core generator of the shield system itself.
One of the many ways you could get around shields.
Yeah, it took a pretty potent shell to do it directly and reliably, but it was workable.
Yeah.
If you specifically designed the shell for it, and that's kind of what I miss about the old disruptor system. It's like you could really tune the shells for it. I guess I'm a sucker for tuning stuff, aren't I?
Nothing wrong with that. As long as you're having fun.
True.
You gotta have the fun component in there, Ion.
Yeah, Geo reminds us that shields actually still do something in this here. Shields still do something in the new version as well. It's just they've toned them down a bit.
I still think they're garbage.
A lot.
If I'm to be honest.
Yeah. They are definitely not as strong as they are in this version. Oh, Orion Bartov is actually speaking of the new. Yeah. Orion Bartov says it's like an armor buff for the new shields, and I think I'd like to counter that.
He might be talking about the what's it called? The
He is. He's talking about the rings.
Oh my god, those things.
I would like to counter that by saying honestly, they strike me more as a structural integrity field using Star Trek
You're talking
design philosophy, rather than
like the whole polarization thing, like they talk about in Enterprise.
Even that. In fact, yeah, especially that, considering that was considered like it was considered laughable at the time it was deployed. So yeah,
still better than nothing, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
that would be the only argument I can make.
It's better than nothing is about all it's got going for it, honestly. The fact is that I worked it out, and it feels like they're actually capped at 8 AP, which is
rubbish.
Pretty much. Oh wait, these side ones don't need that. They don't do it.
Yeah, this. Are you talking about these side propellers?
And in the
they didn't have enough clearance. I was about to mention that. You already saw it.
Just realized. Yeah. But I hope I've rounded the back out enough for Geo's taste, though. I mean, I've got to do something about these grids and things, but it is very rounded.
No, I could take this one step further.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm just having a thought.
I think a thought.
Indeed, I did.
Is it a scary thought? Is it a useful thought?
I'm hoping it's a useful thought.
Okay.
But I think aesthetically, I could do something different, a little different with the back here. And there is room in here to do it. More than enough, actually. I think I could save you from having to cover those up. Unless you want to do it just for armoring purposes, which I'm fine with.
Oh, you mean the rip props?
Yes. Because I'm thinking if you're doing it for aesthetic purposes, it might be better just like drop a mimic in here.
I was thinking mimic, yeah.
Yeah, to hide the holes.
I mean, that's the outer hole, and then I'm going to fill it in a bit. But
yeah, I could start on that.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead if you want. I think since I've upped the propeller count again, let's see what the new speed is. So let's drop it in there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Definitely a more aggressive engine array that we've got at the back, yeah?
Existence is asking, hey, question, does real ships have side propellers to help them turn? No, they have little helicopter blades inside them. They do have side-mounted thrusters in a few, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the designs. I mean, some
Probably not
you know
past
that
designs where you'd have a lot more trouble running the powertrain to it. But yeah, a lot more, the modern ones where you just have to run wires to electric motor. I'd imagine that'd be easy to do.
our top speed is slightly higher. It's now capping out very reliably at 16, but it
That's
accelerated a lot
yeah,
faster.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's I think the maneuverability upgrades are definitely starting to come into play.
Excellent.
Okay. Right. Have I missed anything? Raz says the shields are nerfed, but feels that their performance at the new level feels more reliable.
Ugh.
Yes and no, I would say to that one. The thing is, the old shields were more reliable if you could get the angling on them. The new ones are pretty much chance based.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like dice roll kind of shit there.
And then, in addition to that, multi-layer shields are harder as well with the new system.
How so?
Given that
That seems like
because
multi-shielding would be the way to go with that.
no, but they also nerfed that. A
Really?
shield that's not different. It's not if it's not different enough in its angle compared to the shield that the shell's already punched through,
Mm-hmm.
then the shield auto pierces.
Well, how much of a difference do you need, I guess, is my next question.
Yeah, not specifically. Maybe a few degrees would be enough, but you've still got to. You can't just like have the shields angled the same.
Well, then,
You got to have them
if you like
differently.
change it like 5 degrees, then you're probably covered, right?
If 5 degrees is counted as enough, though.
Hmm. And that's why I keep saying that trying to nerf this stuff has got to be like insane because there's always going to be someone trying to outsmart this stuff.
This is true. Okay, Orion, thank you for stopping by. And yeah, hopefully catch you next stream.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Um,
It's always good to have people here.
yeah, Raz is pointing out that some craft have water jet propulsion at 4 spots so they can turn in various directions, including sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Tugs are a good example. Some tug craft are also fitted like a single propeller system underneath them, a
Mm-hmm.
bit like an inverted helicopter, and then they use that to direct full force of their engines whichever way they need to go. That some tugs are built that way. So
That
those
would
are some
make
cool little
sense.
things.
You want those to have like all kinds of power in different directions at once. So that makes perfect
Yeah, so
sense. Uh-oh.
but yeah, I mean that's actually it's a specific design used usually just for tugs because they need to get the power into the water around them. So
Yeah.
I don't think many other craft use that, honestly. Okay, did you do anything for turning effect or?
I did a little bit with those I put in a bunch of Daddy Blades in the front of it and gave them
Oh
motor
yeah,
drive.
that was it.
That's a trick that I've been using on my ships a lot just to give it just a little more oomph.
Uh, oh, these Eddie blades, have they not got propellers on them?
They don't need them.
Do they?
Mm-mm.
Wow. I didn't know that actually.
I purposely left them that way because if you put propellers on them, then you get the helicopter sound, which is what I didn't want. So yeah, that's the reason why I did it that way.
Oh, Raz is. Yeah, Geo says a lot of ships have steering props. Ships, not boats.
Mm-hmm.
He then clarified. Then Raz points out something about the shields, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he says, no, it's not that identical shield orientation is the problem. The problem is that each shell has an RNG value rolled when it is fired. Then each shield has an angle dependent penetration threshold, in quotation marks. If the RNG beats the threshold, it gets through. Hence, only the best angled shield really matters. So that's how that works. That's even worse,
Yeah,
if I'm honest.
yeah. So you're completely relying on a random number generator, which I'm going to stop right there because I'm not going to know when to stop.
Well, I'm not quite sure I follow, but I feel like the central line of the ship was built with metal, and then the outer bulges were lined with alloy.
I've done it that way too, actually, on a couple of builds. It makes for a pretty reliable armor, actually. I mean, it's a little crane resistant from my experience.
That's fair enough. That I see you're getting to work with the merging blocks. So not the mimics, rather.
Yep. I plan on doing all kinds of mimic fuckery back here.
Fair enough. I will go ahead and install more turning force then.
Okay.
By tearing out some of the outer hull. Because reasons.
Of course.
Well, yeah, I mean you can't make quote unquote improvements without destroying things.
Can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, I believe is how the quotation goes.
Oh, you know how you use butterfly shielding, Dama?
Yeah, what about it?
Raz has continued with a third one. He says it also basically means that butterfly shielding, which offers the largest number of potentially good angles, is now the best way to shield a ship.
Interesting. Because I remember
Also,
there was a lot of
hello.
people griping and moaning about that in before those changes happened.
Also, hello, Ethan. Welcome to the stream.
I don't know if I want to keep these bits in the center exposed or not, but
It's up to you. You're doing the aesthetics back there now, so
much to Geo's dismay, I'm sure.
maybe.
Let's see here.
Oh, I'm actually staggering it in the sides as well, apparently.
That way. Turn it that way. Nope, nope, nope. Too far.
I should probably be running this out of metal, if I'm honest. It's a thinner section.
Then we want. Nope, 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 nope.
Yeah. Okay.
Dang it, I can't seem to get this block to move in the direction that I want it
to. Maybe you need to reorient the
I might.
mimic.
I might. Let me just fiddle around with it some more.
If you're trying to do some odd things with it, then sometimes it just like completely makes the controls weird, and it won't turn the way you want it to.
Oh, there it goes. I thought it was going up and down, but it's actually nope. There we go.
Yeah, I think it's usually when you get pitch involved, honestly.
I got her figured out.
At least I've actually managed to protect this rear bank of turning propellers a bit better. So there is that. Now I'm just integrating it with the existing armor. So. Oh, I think I've annoyed Geo better than you have, Damo, actually.
Awesome.
Right. Geo says he could not imagine many worse guys for decoration besides Dama and Benzo. So there was that. He also says he loves capital letters, spaces between each letter. So he says, I also love how the ship is alloy, but Ion straight up just slaps metal on it.
But he lost his right to bitch about that the moment he sent the BP to us that I had to counter with.
And told us to just quote unquote improve it.
Yes. So, yeah, you kind of screwed yourself there, Geo. Sorry.
I would like to mention, by the way, that part of your construction is actually metal as well, Geo. Oh, he also
Everything
says
about the
so
water
orky.
line is.
He says so orky. So yeah, the ship is actually mixed anyway. I'm just doing this to help protect things a little bit better down here, but I think I'll just paint it so it fits in a bit better. Means I'm gonna have to reorient this a little bit, but that's fine. Da, da, da. You know what? Let's say hell with it and put another propeller in there.
Propeller and where?
Because, oh, have you seen the size of the ship?
Not yet.
Oh, Raz makes a point. They increase the signature. Can't have everyone miss the ship. Well, to be honest, this is below the waterline, and also it's a big craft, so this is not actually going to do much for that signature. Considering it's alloy plated anyway. So it should be okay with a little bit of metal in the side, because it already has a little bit of metal in the side. That is my defense. Judge Dammer, do you think the defense has a valid point in this case?
Nah.
Oh.
What?
Damn it.
What? I wasn't even paying
You said
attention.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Ask your question again, please.
Okay. My defense on just slapping metal into the side, and Raz is pointing out that that increases the signature and makes it harder to miss the ship. My defense is that it's a big ship already, and most of the side is still alloy.
This is true.
It won't do much to it. But then I asked Judge Dammer, and Judge Dammer said defense has no case in this matter, so apparently I have to replace this with alloy now. So
if you ask for appeal, I might change it.
How long is the ship? Well, Ethan, this thing is 109 meters long at this time. And yeah, Jax here mentions that rubber will decrease the signature of it. There is actually a view where we can see the signatures. How do I do that?
Middle mouse click.
Yeah. So for sonar, well, it's not in the water right now. I'm going to ditch it in the water for a sec, Damage, just so we can see
You're
what the heck's
fine.
going on. So yeah, sonar. It can this in sonar. Yeah, sonar detection can pick this thing up at 13 kilometers. Well, yeah, over 10 kilometers from the sides.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Probably is going to have much bearing on it.
Almost identical from the back. From the front, it's like 8.8 kilometers away. So, yeah, it's this thing is already easy to pick up with sonar systems.
But at the same rate,
So,
it would be if you're using decoys, you would need a smaller decoy to pull a torpedo or whatever off target.
you know what's interesting?
What's that?
A sonar could detect this ship from 2 kilometers above it.
I don't know how that's going to work, but okay.
Well, that's apparently what the detection system says. Oh dear. And as I said, the stuff is below the waterline, so its radar detection is not going to be changed much either. 8 kilometers, 7 kilometers. Yeah, it's roughly 7 kilometers ish away in all directions for that. So, yeah. Raz says in that case, you should scrap the alloy and go all metal.
Metal!
I knew that would have your approval.
No, I don't really care either way. I don't really have a horse in this race. I'm just doing this for funsies.
Yeah, well, isn't that basically the point?
Well, yeah.
Anyway, what's this in? This is painted in color 30. Is that the main fleet color? 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, found it. That's my secondary color, apparently. Ready? Oh yeah, it is. It is 30, and it also shows us that you got a lot of metal on the superstructure.
Yep, he does
Given
have
the
a lot of
color.
metal up there.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a different color, but I didn't realize which one's which. So, okay. In fact, I think I might replace those with alloy blocks again, just so that it removes those vertical lines that are going on.
Yeah, I don't like the particle effects. I get rid of them where I can. It just seems like it just distorts
Particle
everything.
effects?
The particle effects from the thrusters.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I want to make it seem like these propellers don't even exist back here.
Nah, go for it. Okay, I'm just going to paint this bit down here as well, just to make it fit in. Luckily, black doesn't really show the difference there, so it's like, yeah. There you go. It's got a little bit of a bridged section along the backs there. Yeah, I'd say 75 to 110 meters is a cruiser for him. So yeah, that's fine. Wait, what's? I think I missed a bit in my chat if I'm looking. Geo says not really. She's short but very bulky, bulkier than usual. Something about singing. I think I've lost the thread on the chat there.
Quite possibly.
And then Raz says something. You are building a ship, not gene engineering a horse.
What's a horse
I
got to
don't know
do
what.
with it?
I don't know. Oh, Jaxia says he's got a new ship to send. This time a big one, if I want it. You mean something to submit to Pimp Mah Bote, Jaxia?
Yeah, go for it, man.
I should probably explain how to do that,
Yep.
if I'm honest. Right. Okay. To submit a craft to Pimp Mah Bote, presented by Ayionmk3 and Damaddok82.
Mm-hmm.
It is 82, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Since that is the official full title in big quotation marks, as I understand
I was going in alphabetical order, by the way.
it. Okay. Well,
The
I am
name.
the junior part, so,
The name.
so hey, details. Right. So, to submit to that, you want to go to Damaddok's Discord. There is actually a link to that in the description of the stream. And there is a channel in the general BS section. Wait, no. That's not right. Text channel section. Thank you. That was... Whoops. Near the bottom of the text channel section. Damn it, you need to clean this up, by the way. There's so many.
Sorry.
There is one called Ayionmk3 and Damaddok82 presents Pimp Mah Bote. And Bote is B-O-T-E. I just noticed. I think I need to change the... Okay. Yeah, so put your blueprint in there and then tell us what kind of little thing you want doing to it.
Also, be
We're not
sure
going
to let us know what version that you'd like us to work in, because some have a preference for 2.4.9 and some have a preference for current.
Yeah, there's also the fact that I operate in current and Dama operates in 2.4.9. So yeah, state
I don't
which
mind going
version
back
you
and
want
forth,
to do.
so yeah, don't worry about any of that.
So yeah, we'll do that. Oh, Raz has actually just submitted one.
Awesome.
And his request is make it good. And then he stuck his tongue out after. So it's the same. Well, actually, no. Geo's request was do whatever. Raz is saying make it good.
Okay.
So
Okay, fair enough.
I'm also painting up a bit of the hull, which I noticed you changed a little bit in the middle. Okay. But yeah, if you want to zoom out on the ship at the moment. I've just painted all the additions that we've got on the sides
Okay,
there.
let me just mark where I was working at because I'll need to come back to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Existence says something about lols in your chats. Also, Existence says a mimic a big metal part to hide all the propellers, and then add 2 spin blocks with mimics to create fake propellers.
That's exactly what I was about to do, actually.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, that's a style that I've been adapting to my craft here recently. I'll use like the big steam props on that are mimicked and put them on a spin block. Then rig an ACB to turn on the spin blocks whenever the craft goes over a certain speed.
Okay, Raz has explained something a little bit.
Okay.
Raz says he tends to always use alloy for the superstructure for various reasons: center of mass,
Yeah.
stability, radar signature,
Alloy is great
weight,
for superstructure.
and supporting the superstructure, etc. And then he says, so you can't have a horse in the race. I feel like I'm still missing some context here.
I don't know.
Anyway, oh, Ethernet says, I can just imagine a theme tune. So you want to be an FTDer, but you ain't got the skill? Question mark. He said that he said that 3 minutes ago, though, so he's taking his time with the next bit. But yeah, right. Jax is going to give us one apparently. Raz says it's merely his tiny little BB.
Tanky Mon, I'm assuming.
My computer might be able to handle that.
Oh yeah, you should be able to handle a Tanky Mon.
Yeah, I think. Well, Raz has sent me a few versions of it, so.
Okay. So yeah, it shouldn't be anything too complicated. Let's see here. Decoration, mimic. Let's see here.
Don't mind me, I'm just painting around you.
You're fine. I'm just trying to decide what size propeller I want on this. I think this one here might do the trick.
Oh, I think I've just found your spin block area. Sorry, yeah, spin block, merge block area. Now I've got to find your merge blocks and paint those. Yeah, merge block.
A lot of the mimics are back behind the metal, so if that helps, I hope anyway.
I don't know where you put the things at all, so that's not really helping very much. I think maybe I'll just have to leave this all blank. Oh wait, I think I know where.
Actually, I think I don't really need to dress that up too much.
No, that wasn't it.
I could live with this. Okay.
There it is. Found it.
Okay, good.
Of
course, on my side, it's not like showing up as anything, but that's okay. New object.
Yeah, I was about to ask if that was still happening, but I think that's one of the drawbacks of FTD though, is multiplayer. It doesn't seem to share things like block
not
details
really, no.
that well.
No, I know what you mean.
There's the other mimic block. Okay, got it. But yeah, I'm basically turning the entire section black.
Okay.
Now, like well, you've seen the color scheme on my stream, haven't you?
Hold on.
I just have to work out where you put the mimic block for this piece.
You said you sent me a link. Where's it at? Never mind. I'll just get the one from the Discord.
Okay.
I imagine you put it in shameless self-promotion.
Oh, Richter, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to my corrupted little corner of the YouTube interwebs. I'll try not to drive you insane too quickly. Subscribing. No promises. No promises are made.
Yeah, that's looking all right.
I just need to find the block for down here. I think it's... Where is the thing?
Yeah, that would be one of my chief complaints is that it's too hard to find mimic blocks in order to paint them right now.
Where do you put the main block that's hiding the central pillar?
Go. Oh, you found it. You found it. And
No, no,
the very
the
center
one in
one,
the middle.
come back
Yeah.
one, and then no. Wrong way, wrong way. Back out, back out. Come back, back out, back out, back out of the craft.
Yeah.
And then
I'm out of the craft now.
to go to the.
Oh, found it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Like go to the
That's the odd one out because all the others are bolted into the inside. So,
I know there just wasn't a really good place to put it on the inside, so I was just like, fudge it. So yeah.
Oh, Razul's continuing to explain. Dama said he doesn't have a horse in the race earlier. Then I said you two are building a ship, not yeah, that's why he started talking about horses.
Okay.
It was your fault, Dama, apparently.
Okay. I get played for shit all the time, so I'm cool with this.
That's fine. Okay. Oh, apparently I didn't quite finish the armor down here.
Armor? What do you mean?
At the very bottom of the thing, there
Yeah,
was some...
I know. I haven't gotten around to that yet. But if you want to go ahead and seal that up, go right on ahead.
Yeah, I'm sealing it.
Okay.
Just with metal plate rather than mimics.
Let's see here. I'm gonna put this ACB to do this shit.
Oh, what's this one? This is not painted, actually.
Let's see here. Vehicle forward speed, probably like max. No. Minimum value of, I think 5 meters a second. Max.
Thank you for giving us a thing, Jaxia. Oh, Jaxia's been more specific than Raz has. And also, Raz has changed it to better rather than good.
Yeah, Raz. Yeah, that's fine, Raz. You don't need to hear both of us at the same time. I completely understand that, bud.
Wait, what?
He says in my chat, gotta mute you here listening to the two of you Ion stream on the other screen should suffice. Don't need to hear you twice. That's completely fair.
My turn. I just wondering if Raz is aware that if you mute a thing, it counts you as not watching the thing.
I don't know.
So just turn it down to really low, and then it can still count.
That could work
an
too,
active
guys.
watcher.
Yeah.
If that's a factor in anyone's thinking, just thought I'd mention that. Okay, right. Let's turn the AI off for the moment on this thing. Let's see how quickly it can turn in place with its systems, which is your Daddy Blades in the front and my bank of props in the back. That's not too bad. Yeah, it's coming about a good bit better than it used to.
Awesome. Kind of what we wanted.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Raz says he always does what I mentioned, which is mute them by going as close to 0% as possible.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, and Geo says the unpainted alloy in the base of the ship is the result of gutting number 4.
Number 4, okay.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, let's see. Well, I think I'm okay with the turning rate on it now.
Awesome.
So, let's see. You have tinkered with the primary cannon. Have you? And
I've also tinkered with the front cannon, and I'm doing this mimic crap in the back. So yeah.
Okay, let's actually dock it back up again. It's been a while since it was docked up.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll hide those props underneath it.
Okay.
Actually, what are those props even for? I'm kind of wondering now, what are those props even for?
What props?
The ones that are exposed on the ventral hull.
Oh, the middle ones? The ones with
They are
yeah.
pusher and negative roller? Well, why are they... huh. Pusher and positive roller. These things are not set up properly for rolling.
Then again,
I
that's
wonder
probably
if they...
not like the best spot for putting roll thrusters, if I'm to be
I
honest.
think actually the way they're set up makes me think they're actually meant to be trying to pitch
I think they
around
might
that
be
central
pushers.
point.
Just to
No, they
You
respond to
sure?
both.
Okay.
Yeah. The bank of 4 at the back is set to roll left control
Mm-hmm.
command. Oh, wait, no, that's one that's set to roll right. Roll right.
Mm-hmm.
Was I just looking at the wrong ones? And then the ones at the front are set to the opposites for the roll for some reason.
Hmm.
I am genuinely confused. They're also all running constantly, so it's like I'm not too sure about that one. What are those things even for? Is there a PID system in here?
I don't know, but I'm thinking of ripping part of this out and putting a larger rudder on the back of this, just for more or less aesthetics, and make it turn maybe a little
Go for
tighter.
it. If you want to, go ahead. Feel
Yeah.
free to modify what I've done back there if you want to. Okay, let's see.
It wouldn't take too
Artificial
much, I think, here.
altitude -1, roll control and pitch control. It's got full bank of PID
No shit.
systems. There is okay, that's a pitch control tunneled into the. There are some which are actually tunneled into the armor plating. So some are hidden, some are
Not
not.
surprised.
There's some actual roll thrusters I see in the sides of the ship there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There are some more props in the front, which are set to pitch up. Geo says it's got oh, British Knight. Welcome to the stream, by the way, British Knight. Been a while. Good to see you again.
I don't think I recognize that
Right.
name.
British Knight's dropped in every once in a while, but they've been around for
Okay.
a fair bit now. It's just only sometimes that they drop into the stream directly. Geo says it's got roll control because the big main gun has got some serious recoil on it. That's why
Yeah.
it's got roll. But British Knight's comment was, the opposite to roll, is that an open top sandwich?
That's some British humor there, isn't it?
I don't know. That's why I was going, is that a pun? What's going on? So it's like,
No, it wasn't punny enough.
Oh.
See what you started.
Yeah. Well, I didn't start it. Technically, you did. But, oh dear. The punishment never ends.
I know, right? I mean that was punishable by death. At least. It's just not punny enough. Should I stop?
Well, I don't have any kind of response really. So I don't know.
Most of the people in chat are probably shaking their heads right now, which I'm perfectly cool with this.
Razzle says it's a dish, not a pan.
Let's see here.
British Knight says, a roll with a big gun, the bap that blaps. Yeah, I think you've started something here, Dama.
All right then.
Though Geo also says, also Mr. Streamer Boy needs to pay more attention to the goddamn chat. Which Streamer Boy are you talking to, there, Geo? Because there's two Streamer Boys involved here, so...
Could you be more specific, Geo? I've been peeking over it every now and then, and the last thing I see in there is something from Rizul, so...
And I try to keep looking at mine, but I seem to lose the thread sometimes on it. If I'm honest, but that's often when it stops. When my screen stops moving around, it's because I'm actually looking at the chat and trying to figure out what's going on. But there we go. I've got 6 props in the middle now, so that's the same as before. But now they're all set to pusher, but they're tunneled into the armor plating, so that's hidden. Okay. Oh, Geo says this one specifically, and then Raz says both of them need to pay more attention to this chat.
Who is this Geo guy you keep talking about, Existence says? I don't know, some asshole.
Oh, we've got another 2, Dama. Richter has given us a Battleship Mega Shrek Advanced.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
We should note that we reserve the right to not do some of these designs if they happen to be too big because hardware limitations. So just a heads up on that.
We reserve that right in general, but the only reason we've actually had to ponder it until now is the fact that I play games on a potato. So my system can't handle it if the ship is
pretty
too
much
big / whatever. So that's the thing.
No disrespect to any of the builders, but that's the reason why that rule's in place for the most part.
That's why you've not seen the Rexarius being built for some time now, even though the update for APS came out, because between the APS changes, the buoyancy changes, and the fact the Rexarius has actually got a lot of its armor plating in place, it now lags my machine if I try to do anything stream-wise with it or recording-wise. So it's like my machine just can't handle me running it as things are at the moment. So yeah, that's why Rexarius disappeared. Though it lives on in my newer designs. I'm building things along the same line, so it's a fleet of sorts coming together. It's just missing its flagship, I suppose you could say.
It sounds like you learned a little bit from building it that big. So
indeed, I did.
Yeah.
Didn't you notice the newer hulls? They kind of mimic the overall aesthetic.
Yeah, it seems like every time I do a big build like that, it always seems to influence my later designs.
Yeah, no, but I'm doing it deliberately.
Yeah.
What I was actually going to say before I rambled and got distracted. I was going to mention the fact that we actually do these in order. That's when we consider them. So we've actually done people that have come just from my side of it. We've done a big. We've taken a Dreadnought class ship from Existence and we basically made it fly. That was his only request. And I'm actually going to release those recordings later today because it took me until now to.
That was a very fun build, by the way. I wouldn't mind doing something like that again.
Yeah, so we took a Dreadnought, actually finished the thing because it was half built, and we made it fly.
And we also put like a bunch of extra guns on it, and I think I added a bunch of turrets to the bottom of the hull itself, as I recall.
I decided the ventral side looked a bit bare as an airship. It was fine for a boat, but for an airship it wouldn't do.
I think we also put in a LAM system and
LAM system, massive steam engine, custom jets. Though I tore those out again because the noise was just unbearable.
Hey, Dyfan, what's up? I haven't seen you in quite some time. How you been?
Ooh. Yeah, Amber says Woof making random crap fly. Pardon my language. Sorry. Ethan says that theirs is tiny, 55 meters.
Okay.
To be honest, length isn't a good indication, but generally stuff like this cruiser is working fine for me. the Dreadnought was a good bit longer. My system was starting to hang a little bit, but it was roughly okay to that. But that was like 100 or so meters.
Okay. Dyfet says, busy as anything. He's changed jobs and just bought himself a house. Well, congratulations on that.
Ooh.
That is a pain in the ass from what I see, and I see an awful lot of it because one of the clients I work with, he is completely obsessed with watching HGTV all day, and that's a lie because I almost never see any gardens on there.
British Knights. Oh, Geo.
I mean, they say it's
Sorry,
home
don't worry
and
about it.
garden, and there's no gardens. I'm kind of like, what the hell?
By the way, Raz's Tankemon is actually the Cerberus class nowadays.
Okay.
Right. After that,
I was
Geo
wondering what
says,
his
"How
name
about
was.
making?" What?
I was wondering if he changed the name for that or not. It sounded like he did.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
did. Yeah. After that, Geo says, "How about making an airship into just a ship?"
That wouldn't be hard to do.
Because of course. Well, I think that would have to be like a specific request, most likely, to get us to do that. Because
Mm-hmm.
normally, I don't think we'd make those changes. Yeah.
Can you hop on the controls for me and give us a left and right command and let me know when you do so, which direction you're doing it in?
Sure. 1 second, actually. There was one more thing. Also, wait, no, I don't need to undock it. The comment from British Knight, which I was not ignoring, I got distracted, which happens a fair bit. Remembers the original cookie wagon? That thing was bigger than making a dreadnought fly. It was like making every block that had ever existed fly.
He hasn't seen that dreadnought, I guess.
No, I was going to
Are
suggest
you
we spawn it in,
telling it to go left or right?
left, so it is doing the correct thing.
Uh, yeah, it's doing the correct direction. Okay, I just get those confused every now and then, so I wanted to make sure it was it was turning it correctly. Okay, and you have it going right now. Okay, yeah, we're good.
Actually, no, I don't. You need something to neutralize it.
I do have something to neutralize it. I have a ACB back here in the back to do
Yeah,
that.
because I'm not giving the control to do it anymore. It's just still pointing. If your command is none,
that's weird.
I was just setting that to a timer. Actually, it's more reliable that way.
Actually, I think I'll try raising the priority on it. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to reset.
Oh, I see the problem.
What's the problem?
You don't have it set to control spin blocks.
Oh, the one in the middle?
Yeah, I'm just doing that now. There we go.
My bad.
Yeah. So it was trying to execute. It just didn't have a target.
Okay.
That was all that was.
Thank you. Defense says he's had absolutely terrible internet at his temporary accommodation. I am sorry to hear that, man. I could feel for you there. What were you going to say, on?
Raz says submarine to a spaceship.
Ooh.
Sadly, that's fairly similar concepts, though, isn't it?
It's entirely possible.
True. We just have to bolt iron and get it up into orbit.
Yeah, there's a whole lot in this game that is completely not impossible to do, so. I mean, you can pretty much do about whatever you want from the depths. It just takes a little know-how.
Then he also says, I am getting distracted. Nah, never happens.
No, good lord, no.
I never get distracted. Ooh, shiny thing.
No, Ian doesn't have ADD.
I don't, actually. I don't think I know. Oh, dear. I'm just examining the side to it.
Okay.
Let's see. Anyway, Richter says the Battle Mega Shrek Advanced is like 39,000 volume. That should be fine. I think the Dreadnought was much higher than that one, actually.
Yeah, we can work with that.
How big was the volume on that Mega Dreadnought, actually?
I forget, but that thing was monstrous.
Oh, as I said, we're going to spawn. Why don't we spawn it in now? Actually, just let them see the first build we did as this series.
Yeah, we can do that here. Let me just get to a good stopping point, and we'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll be loading that one in soon then. Geo, your ship's volume is somewhere in these stats. Volume of 31,000, just short. So yeah, 39,000 should be okay for my system, I think. Oh, you remember my comment about over-engineered ships earlier, Dama?
What about it?
British Knights just said something similar. British Knight says Scarlet Dawn are kind of a whole faction of spaceships that, once you put a few holes in them, become submarines.
That is so true.
And it's really close to what I said earlier. It's kind of. What I said earlier was any over-engineered ship is one hole away from becoming a submarine. Which I think is fairly true.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's the stats on this thing? Weapon reload 13.9. Limited to 15 seconds. Best reload for this gauge is 8.8. Shell diameter 1700 millimeter. Okay.
I did some things with the spin blocks in the back to make it look a little nicer. I covered them up with some 360 camera mimics. Let me know what you think.
Ooh. Yeah, that looks nice, actually. The only thing missing is a bit of paint. I'll sort that out since you said you can't see the paints that I put on. Well, mainly because you don't have fleet colors installed. So.
And I'm going to go ahead and bring in the that dreadnought.
By the way, I think you could do with a mimic block to hide the ACBs as well. Just mentioning that. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and bring in the dreadnought.
Hold on, where the hell did I save that thing to? Hold on.
Yeah, but Existence says you missed this in your chat, Dama. Existence says these guys calling that small dreadnought thing big. Oh boy. Now, Amphidian responds, Dreadnought is just a name, though. I like to mess with people and call my smaller ships Dreadnought since it fears nothing as it dies too fast. Fair enough. Oh, actually, before you load it in, Raz makes a good point. Maybe save the work we've already done before the Dread kills FTD multiplayer.
If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and saving that. That'd be probably a great idea.
Oh, because you're in the middle of loading. So.
I'm trying to find the file currently, actually.
Okay. Thing.
Oh, here it is.
Folder. Hang on. Don't do it. Don't you do it.
No, just whenever you're ready. Just took me a while to find the flipping file. Actually, you know what? While you're doing that, I'm just going to move it to its proper place here. So, yeah.
There you go. Pimp Mah Bote. Named exactly as you spelled it. So Pimp Mah Bote. And what are we going to tag it as? Is the
Geo's turd.
Probably not. How about the pimped wolf?
A pimped wolf. The pimped wolf.
Actually, what do you save the dreadnought as?
I just saved it as Project 31 Dreadnought Pimped. I just put the word pimped after it. So, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So is it safe to load this in?
Yeah, I've got the thing saved. So
awesome.
Let's see. Raz says, for me, Dreadnought has, over time, seemed to go classification for a craft that is bigger / tougher / harder hitting / MOAR than a battleship. Oh, there's the dreadnought. And Raz also points out, yes, he is aware of the origin of the term. But yeah, this is what Dammer and I did for 2 streams. It is a dreadnought that we finished up and then made fly.
And we added crap tons of DACA to it.
Yeah, so this thing just circles around and shoots stuff in painful ways.
Yeah, the armor's probably a little on the thin side, but yeah.
Yeah, I should probably mention we didn't finish this to full effectiveness standard. It's more like the time we took that sailing ship and then retrofitted massive particle cannons into
Oh
it,
yeah,
which is
that's
for the
kind of
moment.
what inspired the whole Pimp Mah Bote thing, actually.
I am slightly worried about the direction it seems to be taking.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Well, this is going to be entertaining, if nothing else, if it doesn't turn.
How come this thing doesn't have a steering wheel on it? Like anywhere?
We never installed manual controls. Also, it doesn't have reverse. Oh, no, it's running over the submarine.
Maybe we ought to just... Should we, like, despawn this thing, or... No, despawning would take forever.
It stopped. It's
Yeah, right on top of your submarine.
My submarine doesn't seem to mind, actually. It's not taking any damage. At least not yet.
It's just gently caressing it. Oh, so lovingly. Aww.
British Knight says it reminds them of something Lathrix did for a Halloween campaign.
It's still kind of coming over to... Yeah, we might want to get rid of it. I'm like in degraded mode right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, you are the host, so it does hit your machine harder. Actually, looking at them top down at the moment, I think Geo's cruiser is actually like 2/3 the size of the Dreadnought overall.
Yeah, but it was a very fun build. I had a blast doing it, I think. And
yeah, basically, we got given the.
It's completely functional.
Right, well, to define functional, obviously.
It flies and it fights. That's functional, at least in my, yeah.
I was going to say for that build, Existence just gave us the basic hull shape, not counting the castle on top or these deck guns alongside, and the this upper deck on the front to about halfway along the ship, and then the rest of it was just empty. Aside from that, so
yeah, I'm just going to turn on the AI for the ship, so then that way it like will just drift off and leave us be.
Yeah, we built it up from there, and so as you can see, it's mostly hollow. But
we did have we had a custom jet engine in it at one point, did we not? And
we had for forward propulsion there was 1 large and 6 small. Right at the back there. And then there was also custom jets to help it turn as well. But the problem is that custom jets don't get their sound turned down by the constant noise reduction, so they were just like going constantly. So that's why I tore those out.
Matey says never use fleet colors. That is, unless you either don't want to share your BPs or you want to cause pain, as the one downloading has to repaint the whole thing if she is using fleet colors. Existence says, yeah, FPS, Mr. Stark. I don't feel so good.
Yeah, okay. Since I've got you grab a save of that ship as well, damn it.
Yes, I did. I just saved over the original copy, so we're good.
Let's do our trick we learned last time and restart the designer.
I agree. Okay, returning to lobby.
Seeing as you can't just pull things out, so yeah.
Restarting.
Also, I'm sorry, Hazedan. You only just got in to have a look, and welcome to the stream. Hazedan says that looks amazing, but now we've just reset the designer.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
The blueprint is available on my Discord, though. You can go there and get it from the Stream Blueprint dump. So if you want to grab it, take a look at it, you can grab it from there.
I wonder if he was thinking of the of Geo's geotech, because that's what was on camera when he
Oh,
came in,
okay.
I think.
Either way,
I'm not sure though. I'm not
I'm
sure.
spawning it back in, by the way.
Also, Jaxie points out that he was trying to make a baby submarine.
A dreadnought baby submarine.
Hmm.
Is it just me, or does that seem like it's sinking? Okay, never mind. It just took the PID a second
It
to
says you dropped.
correct.
Yeah, you dropped in. It needs a moment to correct itself,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
It's fine.
Also, Star Wars fans know that a destroyer is a bit bigger than 50 meters,
And that
according to
true.
British fans.
Jesus.
This is true. It's a little bit bigger than 50 meters.
Yeah, I think the people who do the sci-fi stuff and give the ships those kind of designations have little to no idea how a navy actually works.
I think the Empire has very little idea of how a navy works. If I'm honest.
I'd roll on that. Yeah.
Well, it's more like their overall philosophy was just like, yeah,
Mm-hmm. You might want to move the.
yeah, uh, you know what, hell with this.
You just destroy
Damaddok,
the
you're
platform.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had no chance of finding that thing. Where's my good old trusty? There is hold up post. These
Matey
things
says Star Wars fans also know putting no AA on your battleship is a sure way to get kamikaze by an A-wing.
they learned that one eventually, I think.
Took them long enough.
Hmm. Yeah, Hayesdan sadly has not mentioned which ship he thought was amazing, so we're gonna have to keep rolling with that.
So, do we have anything else that we want to quote unquote pip out on this?
Well, I was going to start tinkering with the crams on the side,
Uh
but
huh.
then we spawned our thing and said, "How long have we been streaming now?" That's a good
Oh
question.
goodness. Let me see here.
2 hours, yeah, just under 2 hours 15,
Oh, that looks a
roughly.
whole lot different from your stream here. I mean, with the
Hmm?
paint job.
Yeah,
It's
that I mean,
amazing how
I'm not even sure
much.
why I've got.
Yeah, it's amazing how
I'm
much
not
a
sure
difference a
why I've got
paint
these two
job does.
streams. It is a valid point though about having the colors set. Though,
Mm-hmm.
if the person downloading the boat has got that color customized to
Uh huh.
something else, it will change the thing anyway. So, yeah, I'm just trying to remember why I've got this instead of the old festive paint job, which was like
Hmm.
green and gold and stuff. I don't know when I set this paint job, if I'm honest. Oh well. Anyway, is there anything you think you want to try and do to this thing further?
I think after doing all this work, I think we should at least do a little bit of combat testing before we end the stream.
Um, Weapons wise, you've just given it. You modified the main gun. What do you do to the nose gun?
I turned it into a combo C-Wiz anti-aircraft gun. It pulls double duty.
Okay. Did you do anything to the cram behind it?
Negative.
Actually, have you touched any of the crams?
I have not touched any of the crams. Those were the only two weapon systems I messed with.
Okay, so basically this thing has got the same weaponry as it had in stock, as its stock version. I'm considering bolting a heavy missile system onto the side of it just because reasons.
Hmm.
Does that sound okay to you? Should I just do
Hmm.
that? Like strap some heavy ordnance to the sides of it just because?
Actually, I think on the left and right side of this big turret here, I think that could potentially be a decent place to put a large missile gantry.
Nice. I was thinking of actually, yeah. Why don't you start doing that?
Okay.
I was thinking of putting some large torpedoes on the side of those floaty bits on the front that I
Hmm.
did for hydrodynamics.
Okay. It almost seemed like Geo was trying to steer away from using missiles on this.
Now, Geo's always uses lots of crams though,
Mm-hmm. That
so
is true.
I'm
I
not
mean,
so
he
sure
he's
about that
got
one.
plenty of torpedoes, but yeah. How do I want to go about doing this? I wonder. Well, a mirror line would probably be a good way to start. That is the bane of every FTD builder ever, is forgetting the mirror line.
Pretty much, yeah.
Matey is asking, is it possible just to throw you a BP and tell you try and improve on this? That's
yeah,
that's
basically what
completely
happened with this one.
reasonable. That is completely doable.
Do you think that's long enough, Dama?
Why did you give this thing a ginormous torpedo? Yes, you did. Okay, then.
Not two, actually. I just bolted them onto the sides.
Those are the large variety, are they not?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Okay, then.
They have a big boom, if nothing else. Let's see. Let's give them thump ahead, fins. Torpedo prop, fins, fuel. Actually, let's give them a ram guide, then fuel. Okay.
Wait, who's getting rammed? In the
No,
where?
rem guide. I said not. Well,
what
this thing
guy
is
is
supposed to
getting
ram
rammed?
the
What?
opponent, I suppose. With the who and the where?
I know, right?
I've been hanging around you too long, Dama. I keep saying so, but I'm still here. Right. 36 meters per second. Let's crank that up. 2 seconds. Increase the thrust per sec to 51 meters per second. 45 degrees per second turn rate. Water thrust duration is 15 seconds. Let's increase the fuel tank then. 30 seconds. Lifetime is 80 seconds. Well, 30 seconds, if it's not hit its target by then, it's probably doing something wrong. Explosive, let's do Raz's trick of having some EMP mixed in, just because. Right. Oh, I am sorry, Hazelden.
What happened?
Hazelden actually clarified, but I got distracted bolting a massive torpedo to the side of the ship. He was talking about the huge flying ship with the red underside.
Oh yeah, the Dreadnought.
So, yeah, he meant the destroyer. But though he thinks that this one looks nice looks just as nice. So he needs to get back into From the Depths, apparently. I will warn you though, Hazelden, really quick, if you're not kept up on this. There is the whole there's been a whole raft load of changes. So there is.
Yeah, that's been a pretty big point of contention in the community here recently.
Yeah, so if you want something closer to the last time you played it, then what's the version? Number is this?
2.4.9.
Yeah, you can access 2.4.9 in the beta branches, which is just before the massive APS overhaul and a lot of the recent contentious changes. So there is that. So yeah, if you want it closer to how you remember, or if you want the latest and greatest shiny things that are still being quote unquote worked on, then go with the main branch.
Yeah. We just want to give you fair warning.
Yeah, that's why I said that. Right, let's see. There was more in my chat that I got distracted by the torpedo for. So let's see. Geo asks, would it be better if ships submitted had more quote-unquote workroom?
I don't think it would matter either way. I mean, basically, you're giving us an idea of where to go with it, and we go with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember, my first attempt with making that Dreadnought fly was just to stick a load of hot air balloons on top of it, and then said, "Yay, it's done."
Yeah.
So, yeah. Technically, I fulfilled the request with that one action, but Dan and I decided to run with it and actually built something somewhat functional. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Of course, that was done purely for laughs.
Yeah, the quest. The quest gives us a focus.
Mm-hmm.
But
if you cut us a blank check, we are going to take advantage of it.
heck, even if you don't, we might take advantage anyway, depending on how the build goes. I mean,
Fair enough.
I don't think we did a lot more to that dreadnought than we had been requested to by a long shot. But hey,
That
we
was the
didn't have to
fun of
install
it.
the guns.
Yeah.
We didn't have to install the steam engine. We didn't have to tinker with it and get it working to our satisfaction. We didn't need to build entirely new turrets for the dorsal sides. You know, that kind of stuff. But I did. Right. Raz says, I always like to use fleet colours for painting his craft. I don't like using fixed colours for them. After all, UK/German Navy buys a ship from another Navy, they change the flag and the colour scheme. Things like that. So yeah, he has a fair point about that one. So it depends on the colour scheme clash. Also, he says, add some nukes. They will surely help.
Really? Where should we add said nukes? I'm thinking maybe around the AIs.
I'm just not sure if he's talking about the dreadnought or this one.
Oh.
Well, either way, nukes solve everything. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, we learned that in 1945.
There's that with alloy, so it fits. I just need to give these things local web controllers and things like that. So local web controller, AI. So that's connected. Also, I need to turn off the paint scheme because yes, right. Okay, so this seems fairly reasonable. I think. Let's see. Just need to do some calculations on it. Its maximum speed is 51 meters per second. It's got thrust for 30 seconds. So that's 1,500 meters max range. Yeah, about 1,500 meters ish. So actually fairly short range for a big torpedo, but that's because I cranked up the speed on it.
Did you go to 11?
As close to 11 as the settings would allow.
Fair enough.
But it's fairly short range, but it is actually a pretty big torpedo and fairly fast tracking for its size as well. So it's, yeah. Minimum range, its turning speed was turn rate 45.7 degrees per second. I think a couple hundred meters is probably its minimum range.
He says nukes. They create a weave. They create weaves as a side effect. Not sure it's worth it. Wow.
Well, to be fair, we were talking about bolting nukes onto those melee torpedoes we were tinkering with.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there is that.
Those things are fun.
Yeah, we both got prototypes, so hey.
Yeah, maybe we could show those up before the stream's over.
Well, those at the start of the stream saw mine hanging around.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Okay. I got distracted again. No, wait. We know that never.
It's not that Ion. Jeez.
Geo says never that into missiles. That's why he never did many missiles. Okay.
That's fair.
Moving on.
Missiles are for everyone.
That much either.
Bullshit. He's made some of the best missiles I've ever used.
Raz says on the missile, always make HE the frontmost payload since it detonates on the location of the missile. Hence, you want that as close to the target as possible. Then frag, because frag will take care of moving targets on its own. EMP will always teleport to the tip of the missile.
Interesting. I was not aware of this.
I was not either. That is why I read it. That is, yeah.
That is pertinent information.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you, Rizzle.
I bolted it on the front. I thought I needed to be on the tip, but yeah, it's now
just the tip, Ion.
God damn it. We walked right into that one. You guys gave him an opening.
And I exploited the shit out of it.
Yeah, you did. Geo says should have made the request to make it look like it wasn't made by him. That's basically just a rehulling job, that one.
More or less.
Okay. Raz continues on with max altitude is 10 meters for the torpedo local weapon control. Yeah, I wanted to be able to hit big stuff. That's the idea behind that one. And some craft go like 5 to 10 meters out of the thing based on how they're designed. So I don't want to limit it too much. I could give it a minimum block size, but
I usually
well,
go
it
with the
depends on how.
minimum block size on like a large missiles and stuff like that, though, because I mean, if you're using a missile that uses like several thousand ammo to fire, I mean, do you really want to
How
waste it
many
on
blocks? How many
a
blocks though?
boat?
How many blocks do you think I should use for these missiles?
Oh, probably somewhere between 5 and 1,000.
Let's say it's 600 because why not?
I think 5 and 1,000 is usually what I go for on mine when I'm contemplating such things.
There we go, 600s. Okay. Oh, Raz was suggesting set it to 10 meters, not asking why it was set to 10
Oh,
meters.
okay.
And he also says 500 blocks at least. Okay.
Turn to Ingarish. I'm sorry. I just fucking with you, Raz.
Earthmice have recently found that nukes seem to be getting the same as three times the HE bonus damage bonus that missiles get underwater. So underwater nukes might be a neat idea.
Yeah. His nuclear torpedo was actually the prototype I based my melee torpedo on.
And then British Knight made a comment, just the tip, and we're back to a quote-unquote melee torpedo. I'm not sure. Oh.
I like this guy. Got a great sense of humor.
Yeah, well, he is British, so what do you expect? I'm just one of the odd ones.
We're all odd ones, Ion. That's why we do this.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, no, we can't bolt those onto this ship, unfortunately.
What?
I've still got the 300mm double-barrel turrets from the other side of the Dreadnought saved.
Oh, okay.
I do have this thing saved, apparently.
Uh-huh.
A 48-tube barrage missile launcher.
I think I can live with that for the hatch.
Do we want to bolt a missile launcher, a big missile turret to this thing? Actually, there's no real space. It's a big launcher.
Yeah, I don't know where we would put said thing.
Well, let me put it this way. Its turret cap is as big as the existing turrets, basically. So its only advantage is it's actually a deck gun design. So no. What I was actually going for though was the missile defense turrets. So small rocket, small single laser turret, spinner pack turret. What's that small rocket? Oh, I remember that one.
Actually, I potentially have a fairly nasty missile right here.
Oh wait, it's under small fries. Right.
How has that been going, by the way? Small fries.
Well, the video that went out yesterday is the last recorded. I did say in that video that I would give a few videos grace then for anyone who wanted to weigh in on how the build has gone.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
For the Javelin.
I'm not quite sure what kind of range I should give these. I don't think I want to go for a double explosive warhead in these. Active radar seeker, one set of fins in the back, 2 fuel tanks, and a variable thruster. I'm thinking that might hit about maybe, I don't know, 3 kilometers.
Wait, sorry. What do you put into it?
These missiles that I'm working on, the big ones.
Right. Yeah. What settings are you thinking about?
Well, I'm talking about settings for the local weapon controller. I'm not quite sure what kind of range I would get out of this. I got a Large missile here
Here's a
with 2
better
fuel tanks.
here's a better question. Are you setting it for delayed ignition?
No.
In which case, it's going to have a minimum range. Okay, so this one on the one active radar, explosive, fuel, fins, variable thruster. Is that the one?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it.
I'm thinking maybe 3 kilometers max range. I'm trying to determine a max range.
Turn rate is at 24, 50, 75. It's going to take first 4 seconds really to get to turn around out of its flight time. So thrust duration, cut 5 seconds off that to 20 seconds thrust duration. And then that's going to be your reasonable maximum flight range. It's going to be, well, a little bit short of that, but yeah, it gives you a good idea then. So yeah, 20-second flight time at 169. So yeah, that's like 3,300 meters.
Okay. I was just kind of guesstimating.
Raz just guesstimated at 3.5 kilometers, but I think he would run out of fuel just before getting to that.
Yeah, we'll go with 3,300. Minimum range probably, I don't know, 500? No, let's go like 800.
That's going to be like maybe 400 to 500.
Now let's go 6, just so it's got a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah. Okay.
That sounds good.
Raz usually goes with speed times thrust duration minus 2.5 for the range.
Okay. I usually just test fire them, and then I'll see how far the missile flies on its own. And whenever it runs out of fuel, that's kind of where I make my determination of how far it is. That's how I do it anyway.
Was there an echo going on just then?
What? What echo? I'm not hearing any echo. Or are you trying to make a joke?
Yeah, for some reason on my stream I'm getting an echo of you.
I don't know. I'm not hearing anything. Do you have? Is it because you have my stream playing in the background, or? I imagine you have that muted, right?
It's in my existence says it's in my head.
Yeah. Matey says superstructure that is so much metal that you can hear Sabaton approaching with glee as they write a new song just because of that. That's that metal band I'm always listening to, and I name my craft after their songs.
By the way, confirmed. It was because I had both of them out. For some reason, I was actually able to hear it.
Okay.
When I couldn't before, so I don't know. I think. Yeah, I must have changed the
Yeah,
sound settings.
Existence says Satan is trying to contact you. Well, he can try, but Ion doesn't believe in Satan, so yeah, good luck.
Don't I?
I don't know, do you?
Yeah.
See, you just answered my question.
Yeah, hail Satan.
Funny episode of South Park, by the way, if you've never seen it. Well then, Critter Christmas.
I think I think it's one of the few I have actually seen.
Yeah.
Is it the one where Satan comes to Earth and hell and all that jazz?
That's the Woodland Critter Christmas episode, and I think there was like a one where like Satan has a boxing match with Jesus. You might be thinking of that one.
I don't know actually.
Well, you're talking to a guy who has like almost 20 seasons on DVD, so yeah. And then we got some friends of ours that like put them on a server, and then we just watch them all off of there. So yeah.
Fair enough.
I think the missile launcher for these large missiles is complete. Those things will surely put a hurt on something about 60,000 explosive damage coming out of those things.
Okay. I've just installed Paint 28. No, I've not just installed Paint 28.
Looks like you're putting on some anti-missile systems.
Yeah, I've just installed one in the very nose, and there's one behind the main turret at the back as well.
One thing we should try to remember to consider here on is will we have the ammo production to keep up with these weapons?
Well, these missile turrets will be fine.
Uh-huh. But these ginormous missiles, I'm a little
Doubt it,
concerned
but hey,
about those.
who cares? Okay. Flip the azimuth constraints. That's the thing, though. It's like these things will fire as long as there's plenty of ammo, but when the ammo gets too low for them, they will stop firing.
Fair enough.
So in some
It's
ways,
an alpha strike thing.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just putting firing restrictions so that the anti-missile turret won't shell our own turrets.
Yeah, that was an issue that I was having with a submarine that I built recently. The anti-torpedo torpedoes kept coming back and hitting the submarine. Kind of a pain in the ass.
Luckily, these anti-missiles include IFF.
You went with the thumper heads on these torpedoes? How are they guided?
They got remote guidance.
Okay. When we had to expand the AI, for the signal, to run these.
Apparently there was a thing about there not being
words.
Well, those would be nice too, I must admit.
Yeah. Existence says he only remembers the episode where Satan gets killed by a man-bear pig. Yeah, man-bear pig is a hoss, man. Beat the shit out of Satan. Good episode, though.
My info box was actually set to be blank, Richter, because because YouTube has been telling me for a while now it doesn't know what From the Depths is. So apparently it's just assigned a random game in there. I've not streamed Team Fortress 2 any time recently, so there's no reason it would have changed to that. But apparently it has done so. YouTube, basically. That's my reasoning there. YouTube. Also, Raz says slap on 200 ammo presses. I'm sure no one will mind the material per second.
Rizul is saying not anymore. Remote guidance. Is that what you're just reading to me?
No. Someone's been mentioning it to me like a bit recently. It's like apparently there's a bug or something. Well, I'm guessing it's a bug, but remote guidance was not needing processor on a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Which I expect will be fixed if it's not been fixed already, but it's an interesting thing. I was also asked to keep my mouth shut about it, so you guys didn't hear me say anything.
And RG is broken. What?
What's broken?
80 says those missiles could, or those size missiles could be interesting if they only reloaded above 80% ammo levels. RG is broken? Question mark. Oh, remote guidance. Okay, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. The strange thing, Richter, is that it used to know what From the Depths is. It just doesn't seem to anymore. So who knows what's going on there?
I might have to steal these little sensor bunkers that Geo's got on here. That I kind of like the look of them.
Well, considering you nicked my the cannon I built into the javelin for your own purposes, you're quite the design thief, aren't you? Actually, Dama. Oh, sorry. I mean, you're quote unquote inspired by other designs.
I can make up my own shit. Come on.
This is true. This is true.
But let's be honest, a lot of people in From the Depths, they borrow. I mean, I'm sure the engines in this weren't exactly originally made by Geo. They look like they probably came from a platform somewhere. So yeah, that's. I don't really feel like that's something to be ashamed of. I mean, if you want to make your own, more power to you. But I don't see any shame in getting it from somewhere else either.
No, there is not. I just like to. You rib me so much, I like to give a bit back sometimes.
I know.
Right.
So, do we feel like we're at a point for combat testing, or are you still working on stuff?
I think we are. We're actually at 2 hours 40, and I think I'm about done building stuff.
Okay.
So
Oh, hold on. We got a few more comments here. Rezul says it was in a changelog recently. Remote guidance no longer requires anywhere near that much ammo processing. I'm
Ammo processing.
assuming.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm assuming he's
Processing.
talking about processing cards, but remote guidance seems to only need processing for one missile, the largest, and then ignores others. Rezul says Dama Raft isn't a ship. He says the only thing I borrow is engines. Yeah, engines are a whole lot of effort. I don't blame you there, matey. And if there's people out there who already have done the footwork, I say go ahead and grab it. I mean, they make it available for that reason. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Razul nicked the prototype of these anti-missile turrets
Mm-hmm.
as the first time he saw it in a video. He just like went and built a copy straight away.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's be clear here. I feel I should be if someone's getting the wrong impression. I do not mind in the slightest people taking my stuff. If I show it in the video, if I upload a design, it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's out there in the public domain. I have shared it. Build a copy, take a copy, be inspired. I'm absolutely fine with any of
Yeah,
that.
I have the same attitude. I want to share my designs freely, and if anyone can learn something from it or improve upon it, more power to them. I say, yeah, learn what you can from it.
I still vehemently disagree though with Dama's recent assessment of me in the description of his latest videos of his YouTube Let's Play of From the Depths. He described me as a quote unquote competent builder.
And I
I
told him he's
protest
breaking my
this.
balls when he,
I protest this.
yeah, he's breaking
I
my
have
balls. I'm trying to
confidence.
pay him a compliment here, and he's breaking my balls. You hear that? That is the sound of my balls being broken. Okay.
Why can't I hear anything?
Seriously?
I'm sorry.
No, that was good. That was good. Existence says, why reinvent the wheel when you can use Japanese guys instead? Or use a Japanese guy's wheel. Yeah.
Hey, square wheels are the way of the future. We just have to get them working properly.
No, we're not Canadians. Come on.
What?
It's a South Park joke, on.
Oh.
The Canadian cars
I
in
don't know what
South
you're
Park have
talking
square
about.
wheels, so
I
yeah.
don't. Yeah. Well, to be honest, I'm more interested in the wheels that can turn into mini tank tracks.
Ooh. Yeah.
What, you not heard of that one? Have you heard of that one?
I may have IC stuff popping in and out of my news feed all the time for YouTube, so I might have.
Well, there's things like these wheels that are not inflated and made of rubber.
Mm-hmm.
They're fully deformable. The Mars rovers are getting like these metal mesh wheels that can actually repair small punctures
Uh-huh.
through thermal memory reset or something like that. I know that's not the proper term for it. And then there's these ones that they when they retract, they work like wheels, but with the flip of a switch, they can turn into triangular tank treads by moving some actuators around.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Geo says he's using two behemoth engines because engines are real hard to get good,
Mm-hmm.
and he definitely did
Behemoth
not
engines are
quote unquote
amazing
borrow from
too.
the Onyx watch. Yeah, to be honest, I've never used them, but I have too much fun just laying down
They're
exhaust pipes.
expandable, so that's one of
Yeah.
the reasons why I like them anyway.
Also, Dama, Geo says that someone being inspired by him is a great honor.
Fair enough.
Yes, indeed.
Do we want to drop this guy down in the big pond here and let her kill some shit, or?
Yes, we do. We need to finish this up with combat testing. This build has been a single
Okay.
stream this time, I think, so it's only fair we finished up with some explosions.
Geo, how do you feel about the changes? Do you feel it's been
Save
sufficiently
over.
pimped?
Raz says, can we skip wheels and use anti-grav instead? And then Richter immediately says, "Oh, that would be sweet." So
I know,
yeah,
right?
it would be. Would be very much so. What's that?
Well, let's go ahead and spawn something in and see what happens.
Raz says, "Let it kill his BB." And Geo says that Outlaw doesn't look that different. That's true. We've not really tinkered with the aesthetics that much. The biggest outward changes are probably the extra, a couple of extra turrets in a few spots.
Also,
The outward looks
Ion,
nice.
he improved the lamp system, I believe.
Yeah, I tinkered with the lamb system. It's more powerful than it was before,
And I gave it a purty
and
butt.
it's yeah, we gave it a pretty behind. The lamb system is more powerful than it was before. It has much higher armor piercing than it was before. It actually fits into a smaller space than it did before.
Mm-hmm.
And we used spare space within the mechanism to install extra fuel tanks, extra resource cargo space, and a small extra electric engine battery, roughly comparable to the other ones you've got dotted around the ship. So, yeah, Geo, only well, for the most part, it's only the stuff I've done that's visible, apparently.
You did tell him about the ammo storage, right?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I changed. Oh, well, I did mention this earlier in the stream, but for those of you guys who just joined us recently, I also took all these single ammo blocks out and replaced them with the ammo blocks that take up more volume, so then that way the block count could be significantly lowered.
I'm just bringing up a view now of the craft with its armor stripped away, so we can see the internal systems. If you want to do that on yours.
Sure. Oop, I think I
So
went
you've got
one
the
too
original
far.
engines.
Hold on.
Yep. There's my compacted laser system in the middle there. It's more power output, but I
There we go.
suspect I went a bit too far in terms of the ratio of storage to pump. So I think it might be weaker per shot. I'm not too sure about that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a relatively easy fix though. We can get some more storage installed in that by stripping out a layer of pumps. So that's okay. Here's the ammo bunkers at the front that Dama replaced to do that. A lot of the extra stuff is.
Oh yeah, we made it turn more sharply too. I put all these Daddy blades at the front.
Yeah, these are single block Daddy blades that I'm just showing now on mine. So that's all that stuff there. While I'm a bit more old school. I'm more of a big an old antiquated fuddy duddy, I suppose you could say. Well, some people might see it that way, but I actually installed like actual turning props instead of that. So
it's just these they're easy to hide, and you can basically put them anywhere, so it can be aesthetically pleasing because you never had to look at them.
Yeah, true. And then I mostly did like the maneuverability package. So I built this back section here with all the this massive propeller bank in the back there, and I also added the slopes forwards shaping on the hulls. So that's changed the appearance somewhat.
Richter is asking, does armor pierce greater than 10 affect the lamp system?
Not well, technically you need an AP of 20 if the missiles still have an armor class of 10 to do maximum damage. Since the pierce must double the value of the armor defense to avoid any kind of damage reduction. So that's the main advantage, I think, of the new system. It's got much better piercing. But I don't know if missiles still have that 10 armor class on them or not. If so, yeah. It's one of those mystery stats at the moment.
It looks like these propellers, though, they might not be set up right.
Which ones?
I'm looking down here at the bottom. There's like one that's spinning crazy fast. It's like about midship, and then there's one that's like barely turning at all.
Is it in the bank of? No, wait, the bank of 6.
No, it's about midship, and they're sitting right underneath the cram cannons, the side-mounted ones.
That's one of Geo's. I only did the 6 that are dead center.
Okay.
Into the armor. The rest of them were Geo audience.
I just didn't know if that was on purpose or not, so I just thought it was strange that one was spinning faster than the other. It made me think they're out of sync or something, or the PID settings might have been messed up on them.
For some reason, these are. Oh, I know what happened.
Oh.
Right.
Do fill
Okay.
us in.
I will. Right. Quick bit of knowledge for you guys. If you spread to neighboring things. Wait, how do I add extra? I've forgotten. Oh, right click. Right. Sometimes when you spread to adjacent things, it actually inverts the setting. I'm not quite sure what the criteria for this is.
Multiplayer
But
bug?
I think no, not multiplayer, and single player as well. So you got to watch out because sometimes it's like you have a roller preset, you click spread to neighbors, and if it's in a different orientation or something, then it flips it to a negative roller setting. So something like that seems to have happened here, I think. It would explain some of the crazy settings that we've had around the place, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Either that or it was like when the changes first came into place. But yeah, there are a few bugs in that sometimes. So it pays to go around and check to make sure all of your props and things are set the way you want them to. I can't believe I'm having to say that this long after the update to the propellers and things, but they do sometimes bug out. So
Existence says I remember that you only needed like 4 armor class for lands, or is that or something along those lines? That was a long time ago, I think. Existence. I think it was like 3 way back in the day.
Geo is actually seconding that, by the way. He's saying he says, Iron, for the second time, that is because of an update. The crazy settings have been cooked by updates. So yes. Jaxia also has a thing which I will actually go and note on the Discord really quick. Let's see. Jaxia's in here, isn't he?
Looks like we have a battery here that didn't quite connect to the rest of the thing.
Actually, I can't edit Jaxia's comments. Can you, Dama, on your Discord? You can edit other people's comments? Can you do that?
Where's the comment at?
It's part way up because there's been some extra things put in there, actually.
Where are we talking about? Is it? I mean, what room?
Oh, Matey83 is actually given one as well. Our Pimp Mah Bote one.
Oh, okay.
Asia dropped in and mentioned some stuff. Matty83 has also given us something for an engine refit and any improvements, other improvements welcomed.
Okay.
Plus torpedo interceptors, things like that. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Jaxia has an addition to the request. Which is... Oh, no one can ever edit comments on other people on Discord, ever. You can only edit your own Discord messages. Yeah, Jaxia, can you edit your message, please, to include that?
Yeah, that'd be...
No... Yeah.
That could be helpful, yeah, if you wouldn't mind, Jaxia.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, the request has added, please no clipping aberrations in their ship. So I think that means the Daddy Blaze in the front.
Okay.
I'm guessing that what Jaxia means.
The
Daddy Blaze in the front because all of the other props and things we've added, they have output vents for them, so they are properly exposed and all that.
Okay.
Sorry, I was blabbering there, so I didn't mean to overrun you, Dan.
Oh, you're fine.
Anyway, we need something to shoot.
Indeed we do.
Have you saved this?
I can. All right. But what would we like to shoot at, though?
Well, how about we start with the old family favorite whipping boy, the Marauder?
Yes, a Marauder.
Of course we start with a Marauder.
Where are we not? Oh, yeah, that's right. Dadgummit.
What?
I spawned it in.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Oh dear. Yeah, Jaxie explains that they're realists, so that's why no clipping like that is wanted.
No, that's perfectly fine. That's why we ask you to give us specifications.
Yep. Yes, indeed. I don't normally go for clipping, but Well, Dama does sometimes. He usually doesn't as well, but he did mention he likes to do those spin blocks in the nose to help with turning a bit more.
Mm. All right, here comes Onyx Watch Marauder. Is it just me, or was that working on a timed frag?
Which one?
Something was. I think it was the guns in the front of the ship. They might need their settings redone now that I think about it, because I set it up to for
those on the
aircraft.
big torpedoes. Oh, the second one is what?
That did like a 307,000 damage.
And the second one bounced up in the air, span around, and came back. Okay. Sure.
Completely valid.
Well,
We
yeah,
assure
it is. I
you,
mean,
it's
it's about the
completely
things that-
valid.
Well, the second torpedo blew it in half, and so it's dead. But yeah, that worked pretty well actually.
Surprisingly, it had enough ammo to do all that shit.
By the way, guys, I had my HUD up because it doesn't actually show me the numbers for weapons and things since I'm not the host. So Dama's the only one getting those actual statistics.
Do we want to try to go for something a bit more beefy?
An Atlas. Nah. Yeah, we do want more. We do want things that are beefier.
Crossbones?
Go for it.
This would probably be a bit tougher fight, I imagine. Well, a hell of a lot tougher. I mean, Wellner, the guy that came up with this design for the crossbones, I mean, it's pretty brutal. Ooh.
I was just watching your missiles. They arced really high. I think it's because I forgot.
Yeah, I put a maximum number of ejectors on it, so they would go really high and dive down.
You'd done that.
That's the reason why. Jeez. Yeah, the damage readout on this is pretty good, actually. We've almost hit. Oh, we went past 700,000.
So.
We're about to top 1 million explosive damage. Yeah. And we hit 1.3 million explosive damage. The armor piercing damage just went over 1 million.
The main turret got battered, but it's still firing fairly quickly. I don't know if. Well, if it's firing, it's firing the right size shell. It just doesn't have a barrel on it, so it's not very accurate.
It's timed frag. It doesn't. I mean, timed flak. It doesn't need to be accurate.
It's also got lost a lot of velocity as well without that.
That is true. Yeah.
Rad says remote guidance is awesome on missiles. This is true. I really do like that. Oh, we seem to have lost a turret.
I'm not shocked by this.
Yeah. Wait, was there a turret there?
Yeah, there was a turret there.
Okay. Circling around. I think the extra turning is coming into play here now. It's turning around pretty quickly.
And look at all the hash fragments coming off of this thing. That's awesome.
More to the point, look at the crossbones. Jeez, it's shredded.
Oh yeah. Then again, it's well over 100K more in cost. So I think crossbones is about 200K in materials.
Yeah, how much is this thing now?
Over 3.
Yeah, 3.3. It's almost half a devil.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm going to dig into the lambs really quick.
Do we just want to like restart the designer because it'd probably take too long for that thing to repair on its own?
You don't have access to fast repair, do you?
Neither one of us does because it's multiplayer, which is a shame.
Let me just finish rejigging the AMS system.
Okay.
Yeah, what I'm doing is I'm stripping out a layer of pumps on each of the lines to increase its total storage per line, because I think that I handicapped it a bit too much in terms of pump to storage ratio, and so that means that the AMS is hitting a bit weaker than it could.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing to people watching my stream, just like.
We could just repair block spam this though.
We could, yeah. Go for it.
Okay. Let's see here.
Wait, repair bot spam?
Repair bot spam, yeah.
Well, tentacle spam would be faster, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but they don't repair on their own construct, though. Remember?
No, we just spawn a separate craft, which is just repair tentacles, and then let it fly.
I suppose that's a possibility too.
Okay.
Do you have anything that would fit that description, Ion?
No, but it's dead easy to do. Okay. Make new vehicle. Clock. Okay. Mirror mode. Spam. Generic material storage. Then, can you go put a dock and grab my craft on the back of that, please? Because it's flying away. It's driving away.
I can do you one better. I'll just stop the ship from moving.
I think it just killed my thing. Yeah, it did. It removed the thing. It's too small.
Oops.
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
Did you do something?
No, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing repair tentacles now. Oh, yeah, on infinite thing as well. So we didn't need the cargo storage. I'm just used to doing that. Okay. And there we go. We have our own little repair drone.
Maybe you gotta say that in case we need it for other builds in the future.
Well, as I said, you could just like spam it out in a matter of seconds, honestly.
Yeah, just
it's a little
bit of a time saver.
It's a robot Opticus thing. Opticus?
Octopus.
God darn it! Ah.
He can speak English. Believe me, people. He's very good at it. For the most part.
Unless I have a burble moment. Right. Jaxia says test it against the Ayionmk.
Ayionmk3.
The
Ayionmk3
from Onyx Watch. The Ayionmk3.
Do you know where that name comes from, Ion?
I think it's Viking.
No,
Norse, isn't it?
Yes. It is known as the World Serpent that kills Thor in Ragnarok.
I thought that was Jormungandr.
I might be butchering the pronunciation, but same thing.
Someone somewhere has... Well, it could be just like it's a name inspired by, rather than the actual thing. And there's different pronunciations and things as well, so... Yeah.
Alright, are we ready for it to spawn in? I think the repairs should be all done.
Sure, yeah. The repairs were finished really quickly, actually. Also, you might want to turn movement on. So.
Hold on.
It's being actively repaired. Oh.
Yeah, oh well.
Yeah.
Your torpedo was a little off target there, Ion.
It missed, yeah.
It went right underneath.
More interestingly, it's just going straight on. It's not turning back.
Out of fuel, maybe? Nah, I doubt it. At that range,
it wouldn't
nah.
be at this range. No way.
Yeah, the Ayionmk3 is getting shredded here.
Geo is saying Jormungandr is how me, who speaks Swedish, would pronounce it.
Okay. Ayionmk3. Or Ayionmk3? I don't know.
No, that's not right.
I'll look it up later.
I seem to have some decent, because I'm seeing shells coming from behind our ship. Shooting at the thing. So,
I'm not shocked.
Hmm. And it's dead.
Looked like a torpedo was trying to hit it, and it just jumped out of the water to try to snare it.
Yep, there is a torpedo frolicking among the corpse of our enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think the designs could become unstable. There's no enemy, but for me, the ship is still attacking it.
Yeah, the enemy ship died some time ago on my end, so yeah, do we want to restart?
Yeah, we need a restart on the designer. Besides, I think we've got an interesting durability test we can throw at this ship.
Okay, let me just save it one more time because I think you made some changes to it. And I'm going to restart the
Yeah,
designer.
hang on. Never mind, I'll grab a copy when we load it back in.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. How could you do this to me? It's fine. What's my starter rafts? Go. Scrap it, yes. Yeah, what I was thinking is, to finish out this stream, how about we throw our prototype melee torpedoes at it?
I like this idea.
Thought you might. Right, okay guys, so this is more of a durability test, I think, more than anything else. Because if this guy shoots back, it's going to slay what's about to hit it. So I think we should turn the weapons and movement off, honestly.
Okay.
Did I grab a save of that? Oh, it has not changed. Okay, right. Yeah. So we're going to bring in our melee torpedoes, and then we're going to see how well they cope with chewing on Geo's ship.
I think that's a great idea.
Yours is the more complete one, and it functions by itself.
Mm-hmm.
I've just killed the movement AI, by the way. So yeah, go ahead and bring yours in as an enemy unit.
Yep.
Unless you want to show it off a little bit first. Never mind. We've got an enemy. Now, we have to find it. Where have you spawned it? Somewhere over there. So do you want to talk about this one a little bit?
No, I think I want to let it speak for itself first, and then I'll explain it.
Yeah, because I've got it on the screen, so...
I've actually put out a YouTube video featuring this thing last night when I was done working on it with it playing the Jaws theme.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's doing something. Oh, and there goes the...
Yeah, that was an issue that I keep having with it, but as you can see, it'll make a mess of things. When I saw it attack the crossbones last, well, if you guys have seen the video, it like came up underneath the crossbones and like burrowed all the way through the top of it. I think a couple of people commented on it and said it was cute. Like, what the hell is wrong with you people?
Well, yours seems to have beached itself, so I think time to bring mine in. I guess as a bit of reinforcement. The thing is, mine is docked to something else, so I'm going to have to play around with I think simulators or something. Right. Two things I'd like to stress. First off, mine is based on thoughts I had while helping Dama tinker with his.
Yeah, we built this thing like yesterday with under Ian's advisement, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Dama streamed to me on Discord, and that I was giving some suggestions because my computer was tied up at the time. And then, based on the thoughts, earlier today I built this thing, which is my own take on it. It's less
his is a
Dama's,
lot more sophisticated, but less complete. Yeah.
It's less complete. It's full of holes. It's got a supporting platform housing sensors and things like that. The reason I wanted to spawn it in though is because it is docked as a drone to this platform that's above it. So it's not there yet.
We're nomming on the Geo's boat some more here. Yes, my pretty feed. Feed. Yes.
Right. Okay. What I'm going to do really quickly is I'm actually
That
going to
wasn't
give this
creepy
thing
at
an
all, was it?
ATB. No, not at all. I'm going to give this thing an ATB, which will an ACB, which will, if there's an enemy nearby, decouple the drone.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll cut mine loose. That's the way it's meant to function, or it will when it does something. So
Mm-hmm.
enemy at any kind of range, you will take the action of docks. Where's the docks? Docking stations. You will release all assigned vehicles. That wasn't intended.
It's nosing downwards.
Yeah, I will point out, mine is not finished. It does that. Apparently, there's an end. Oh wait, it's because your drone is there. That's why.
What do you mean that's why? Oh, mine
Your
blew
drone
up.
is an enemy.
Did you just blow
Your
it
drone
up?
is an enemy. That I don't know. Did mine?
Mine just blew up, but that's okay.
It's okay. It's dead. Uh,
I mean, obviously, it would have done more than its cost worth in damage here, so I would be completely pleased with that.
but yeah, sorry. My drone immediately released because your drone was a hostile. So
Ah, okay. Did you spawn it
yeah,
in
I'm gonna
correctly
say
under the right faction?
no, yours was the hostile. So mine said there's a hostile here. Release
Oh,
the
okay.
dock
Okay.
system. And then that went off. So I'm just going to quickly tinker a little bit further, and then I'm going to save this and spawn it in as a hostile system. So
I think I'm going to launch one more of mine.
go ahead. Go ahead. Docks. Recall all assigned vehicles if there is no enemy.
You're probably wondering why the hell it's got the flame on the end of it, just so it'd be easier for me to spot it underwater.
I thought you did it because it looked cool.
That too.
Okay. Right, okay.
I can have more than one reason.
This is true. There we go. Okay, I've saved it. Right.
Also, I had to give credit to a Heitzmeister. He kind of gave me a torpedo design to inspire this. I believe I fudged when I spun that in. It's
You did
yeah.
because it was a friendly.
I liked it better when you didn't have to, change it every time you spawn something in. But anyway, let's try that again.
Is your friendly torpedo still around, by the way?
Yes. Why?
I think your torpedo is going to try and ram the other torpedo.
You're possibly right, because it seems like it's diving for something. So we're going to get some hot melee on melee action going on here, folks.
If they can catch each other. Yours is nose diving towards the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, but
Oh, no, they're going. It's going after yours, which has actually beached itself.
pretty much, yeah.
Well, sorry. Yeah, it's going for yours first, definitely. This is not working out quite well, is it?
Nah. That's okay. I'm having fun. And there we go. Killed it instantly.
Yeah, that's
And now it's going for Geoship, probably.
Yeah, that's another drawback of mine, by the way. Mine doesn't steer properly yet, so Dammers is further along, definitely. Mine's got some weight balancing issues at the moment. But here it comes.
Yep. Ooh, that's glorious.
Yeah, it bounced off the heavy armor, but that's entirely reasonable. Now it's emerging and trying to beach itself again.
Oh, it
Did it
took
snap
the
off?
head. Yeah, the head snapped off.
It's lost the head. Oh, yours is. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Basically, all this is on the inside is a 2-axis turret with some thrusters attached. That's pretty much all there is to it.
Whoops.
Well, yeah, the damage it does is no joking matter, because look at that nonsense. Whew. Ion, you still messing with yours?
I just did the same thing you did.
What?
Spawned into the wrong team. There we go. Mine's released.
Mine too. I released another one. This
I was
time
mentioning
under a
mine
more
has,
fitting faction, the White Flares.
Mine has a slight issue of sometimes. Well, it tends to go sideways.
Ice Meister's like, oh boy, it's that thing.
Yeah, but mine's coming in now. But mine is weaker armor.
Uh-huh.
Why is the thing firing?
Remember, mine deploys sonar buoys. So your anti-missile system is going after my sonar buoys.
Mine's about to spin up. It's getting really close, I think. Is my spin block working on your screen? It's not working on mine.
I don't even know where the hell yours is.
Mine's sitting underneath it right now.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely spinning.
It's not on mine. So
it's doing a crap load of damage, too.
People on my stream, all of those spikes are currently spinning around the entire body of my craft, so literally any contact is being ground down by melee spikes. It's just we can't see it because multiplayer.
Yeah, you're probably doing more damage than I am, and
oh
yeah. And they can't do a thing to each other because, well, they're
melee versus melee. Yeah. So mine is sitting there, but it's constantly grinding. It's just thoroughly stuck. Once I get the direction going properly, it's going to go point first into its target point, but it's just like sitting there chewing on the hull now. When I get this thing working properly, it's going to be more dangerous than this. But,
yeah.
But the other advantage that mine
yours seems like it burrows a little bit better than mine.
Yeah, that's the thing. Mine is almost entirely protected from collision damage. So it's not as tough when it takes a hit, but it won't damage itself. Well, it won't break itself rather if it's.
Oh yeah, that's terrifying. It just keeps going and going and going. Ice Meister retracted a message. I wonder what that was. What kind of monster has I created here?
Yeah, I just switched over to your screen, and it's like, yeah. Now, if only that one had got propulsion like the version Damaddok82.
Maybe we need to make a hybrid of the two. What do you think of that, Ion?
Well, there's no reason the drill system can't be transplanted.
I know, right? But yeah, yours did a lot more damage than mine did. That is for certain.
Oh, for some reason my Docker's recalled mine.
Hey, Dr. Decker. Or Dector? I'll just go Decker. Dr. Decker. You knocked out a turret. You knocked out pretty much the entire left side. Or at least a significant portion of it. The lambs is practically shot.
Mine actually chewed through heavy armor bulkhead. That's what it was grinding against for so long. It cored out the forward ammo reserve.
Oh, good lord!
That's why it was what it was scraping against for so long. It was just like tearing through the heavy armor. Oh, the main AI is gone. It may not class it as a. Yeah, it's not classed as an active enemy. That's why the doc recalled it.
Oh, okay. Let me test that theory.
It's been recalled. Yeah, it's back to station. What are you spawned in?
I just spawned in another one of mine. I just wanted to test your theory. But yeah, it doesn't even really seem to notice here.
Yeah, it's not detecting an active enemy because there's no AI controlling Geo's geotech anymore.
Yeah, this thing is essentially would be dead if it wasn't.
Dead. It's dead. It's salvage at this point. It's pure salvage if it's in the state, though. If this was actually in campaign, it would be despawning due to AI being dead, but... Still, that hole. Jeez.
I know, that's amazing. I think you need to spawn in about 4 or 5 of those in your small fries campaign.
Well, it does have a weakness in the form of its housing platform, which houses some of the detection gear that drives it. But that will be a self-mobile submarine though, so it's more like a pair of submarines rather than a base and a torpedo.
Yeah.
It'll also be useful against flyers. So,
You could,
well, useless.
yeah, you could do some different things with the actual deployment part of it. You could actually make it a sub object of maybe that ship you've been working on or something. I don't know.
Well, that's one way to bring more stuff into the fights. Yeah, make it into a literal mothership.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, have we shown off our melee torpedo prototypes? Do you think?
I think we've sufficiently shown them off. Yeah.
I'm just curious because my chat seems to have been dead for quite a while now. Yeah, it's been dead since Geo mentioned how Jormungandr is pronounced.
Okay.
So yeah, no one's said anything in my chat since then. They've all been talking in your chat instead.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just keep bouncing back and forth between the two. Heitzmeister, hope you're listening, but I probably won't be able to do any building or recording tomorrow because I'm going to go spend the holiday with my in-laws. So I just wanted you to be aware of that.
Okay.
So, is there anything else you think we'd like to cover before we end things, Ion?
No, I think we're done, and we have got things sorted. Yeah, it's like we spent like 40 minutes doing combat testing and
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, I think that's good.
I'll go ahead and make this available for you guys over in the Stream Blueprint dump.
Are you going to put it up on the Steam Workshop as well, do you think?
Yeah, I still need to put Existence's boat up there. I keep forgetting.
So yeah, the general idea is that the craft we tinker with in Pimp Mah Bote will be made available for you guys. They are available directly as blueprints on Damaddok's Discord right now, since that's where this particular stream series thing is hosted. And as we just talked, the plan is for it to be on the Steam Workshop as well. So yeah, there we go.
All right.
Oh, sorry, Jaxia. Jaxia says blah blah. When
Oh,
we do next stream, I'm still there. I'm still alive.
Existence. He came up with an interesting idea. He said, "Make the dreadnought fight." Yeah, make the dreadnought and have that thing fight for a while. What do you think, Ion?
Yeah, we'll do a little bit more fighting. You might want to reset the designer again, though.
Yeah, I was actually about to suggest that. I'll go ahead and do it.
Anyway, back to Jaxia's comment. In terms of streaming this, we seem to have settled into a habit of doing this every Tuesday when we're both available. So that's been going on. The previous 2 weeks' streams, I actually was recording at first because I was planning to try and do something with it, but I wound up not doing anything because I got distracted.
And it's like 4 hours of material that he probably needs to edit down.
Actually, it's like it's over 6.
Yeah, I was ballparking it pretty wide there.
Yeah, but I have set them to background music, like I do with my streams now.
Yeah, that techno stuff. Yeah.
Well, chilling out. Yeah. Oh, we are syncing.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
And those are up on YouTube, so I'll be making those actually published in either tonight or tomorrow. And then you guys can see us building the that dreadnought that we spawned in earlier and are about to spawn in now. Because aren't we about to have them fight each other?
Yes, I am about to spawn it in.
Is it on the right team?
Yes, I am going to spawn it in under the white flares.
Okay.
And in...
Is it a suitable distance away?
Well, let's see here. About, what, 600 meters away? No, we can do better than that.
Yeah, about, let's start with a kilometer or so.
How about 1.5 kilometers?
Sure. That means Geo's craft is defending this resource point against the aggressive Existentian dreadnought. Existentian? Yeah.
Existential.
Existential dreadnought. Well, I think that dreadnought is having a bit of an existential thing going on. As a note, by the way, the dreadnought doesn't have active defenses or shields. It's only got thin armor, so there is that. Also, you didn't spawn in the air either, so
I didn't spawn in the what?
it started in the water.
Yeah, because those engines take a little while to spool up, Ion.
Fair point. Oh, boom! Your heavy missiles just hit.
Yeah, and those
Yeah,
damage tickers just keep going up and up and up.
Oh, I think the steam engine just got knocked.
I think you're right. We just seem like we lost power all over.
Yeah, the pipes on the steam engine just got shredded. Well, yeah, a couple of them did.
And a
So
lot
the
of
dreadnought's
the
actually
shell
dead in the water.
customizers, they got hit too.
What was it? Hessian frag on the shells for Geos?
200 millimeter frag hesh spam. Yeah.
Yeah, this craft is very vulnerable because it's got metal outer armor, and then it just flicks fragments all over the darn place. So yeah, the dreadnought's already dying, but it wasn't built to full standard, so that's our excuse.
So that was a lot of DACA it threw before it went down.
True, though the fact it never got up into the air is a bit of an issue.
Yeah. Do we want to try that
Now it's
again?
actively sinking. I think letting the dreadnought be actually airborne before the fighting commences would probably be a good idea.
Okay. Then yeah, let's just return to lobby then.
Yeah.
We want to have us a good fight.
A good clean fight.
No such
More
thing, but
explosions.
whatever. And if you wouldn't mind doing the honors of deleting the thing there.
Thing?
The raft.
Geo says superior geoengineering.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and spawn this in under the Onyx Watch.
In all fairness, Geo, your craft was always much closer to being a combat-ready craft than the Dreadnought ever was.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this thing doesn't even have shields, and it's got it's barely got a lamp system.
Shields. It's big. It's got no shields. It's got no armor, really. Well, there's some armor in some spots, but not really got much. It's also much bigger. It's bulkier.
There we go.
And it fights by broadside, which means it prevents its widest face to the enemy too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Oh, Geo is saying hush now. So stop being fair to the dreadnought. It seems. Fair enough.
I'm gonna come over here and spawn in the Geo's thing here, the pimped version, and we are going to put that on lightning hoods, and we're just gonna let these guys fight it out.
Yeah, since the steam pressure is up, so the dreadnought is actually flying at the moment. It's not dead straight away. That's an improvement. Nope.
Yeah, but those hesh cannons, they're gonna mess it up.
And yeah, the main tower on top has been knocked out. That's some anti-missile and some sensors that have gone. Well, if I wander over to Geo's ship over here, it is. Some of the armor's got a bit shredded, but mostly it's in pursuit posture.
Mm-hmm.
So it's trying to move head on towards it. So
yeah, I was trying to maximize the most potential that they would have.
To survive a little bit.
Yeah, it's surviving a lot better now that it's got some power to it and it's in the air.
Yeah, the side armor's getting knocked through a bit, and
there it goes.
Right.
Yep. Going down.
The weak point is its main power source. It doesn't have backups.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go in here, I'm going to find Yeah, it knocked out a piece of the steam piping, which is unarmored, and that shuts down its entire power supply.
Yep. Oh my god, it's just a little corner piece too.
Yeah, well, if you knock out a single piece, then it's a unified steam engine, so it doesn't have any kind of redundancy against getting knocked out. Now that it's in the water, here come the torpedoes and things.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's not like the steam drive on the Vexarius. I mean, that was actually like what was it?
As much as I love APS, there's just no beating a good torpedo strike.
Yeah, torpedo strikes have a quality all of their own, honestly. Yeah, I mean,
They're a
the
hell of a lot
Vexarius
harder to
wouldn't have been
counter.
knocked out. The Vexarius wouldn't have been knocked out like this because it had like I think it was like 7 or 8 separate steam systems running on it, rather than like one big one. So you could knock out some of them, but not all of them.
Yeah, the Dreadnought is at 80% below and sinking. How's Geo's doing?
Well, it's not surprising given the state of its side armor. I mean, jeez. It just lost the main battery turret as well. I think it's dead. Yeah, how is Geo's?
A hell of a lot better.
I think Geo's was pursuing it for most of that, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly forward damage. Forward armor's a bit chewed up. The forward guns are a bit messed up. The midships AMS is gone. But yeah, it was power 1 for most of that, so it's a lot of damage actually missed it.
Oh yeah.
Especially since the Dreadnought relied on secondary guns for most of that.
Yeah, but the the wall of guns, that was pretty sweet though, just to watch it all do a single volley is amazing.
Well, it was a design for fun versus a design which is actually somewhat performance oriented, and now there's a random APS shells being fired in the background for me. I think it's destabilized again. Something about your reworked main cannon.
I don't know.
Maybe it's because if it's firing when it gets damaged, it does something.
Maybe it's the just all the crazy number of frag rounds or frags that are being
wait,
created.
A clam shell just appeared out of nowhere.
Oh, my cat came by to say hello. Hello, Deuce.
I found the source of the mysterious things. They are appearing at this spot in the water.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, beware the phantom ships of FTD, everyone.
I've been having those show up in my single player as well. I don't know if any of you guys have been watching my Let's Play, but yeah, I seem to have like phantom APS and cramps coming out of nowhere at times. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's something in the recent updates because I never used to have this problem. Literally, literally before like I think I saw it like a week or so back.
Yeah.
But never before that.
Anyway, I think we're probably at a good wrapping up point.
We are with the battered lightning hood geotech.
Yeah.
Wandering around.
It does look pretty nice in the green though, I gotta admit.
Yeah.
I'm all partial to green, but whatever. Anyway.
That's right.
So I guess we're calling it here?
We are calling it here.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
Well, this has been Damaddok82 along with Ayionmk3. We'd like to thank you all for having here. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the third installment of Pimp Mah Bote. And is there anything you'd like to add, sir?
I would say thank you for that. Thank you for dragging me along into this, my master. Please stop hitting me. Yes, please stop. Will someone please rescue me from this oppression? I mean, no. I mean, everything's fine. Yes.
Yeah. Well, y'all have yourselves a hell of an evening and keep your hammer high. Later.
1 second. Jaxia, there is a link to Dama's Discord in the description of the stream.
Yes, thank you for that, by the way.
No worries. So yeah, you can find his channels and things, all his videos and content on there. So
yep.
Yeah. Right. And good night, everyone. Thank you very much.
Later.